Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got $1 for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if you won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I'll get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want that check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. If it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got $1 for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
A horror movie. Yeah. Wow. But anyway, guys, guess what? Next podcast is live. Yo, what is up, chat? As you can hear, we got the jazz flute going because reasons. What is up, chat? It's good to see everybody because reasons. It's one of those nights. I can already tell. Freaking Pred already cracked the whiskey. It's about to go down. It is about to go down, yo. I am so happy to see you guys in the chat. Welcome to another episode of the next podcast, and we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a certain developers direct showcase to talk about. We're gonna throw out some predictions on the PlayStation VR 2. There's some stuff to get into. So without further delay, we got to get into the intros, and I'm gonna start with the man. Like I said, he already cracked open that whiskey. It's about to be one of those nights. My brother Predator is here. Yo, Pred, what is up, man?
A little jazz flute today. All right, just been chilling, you know. Nice, good conversations pre-game.
Yo, it's crazy.
I have a uterus.
Yeah. My uterus hurts. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be on tonight. Hey, y'all need to stick around.
Wow.
Megan comes through with his soundbar tonight and keeps y'all entertained as well.
Oh no.
It's gonna be a good night.
I'm a little bit concerned, but I'm also kind of intrigued. So we're gonna keep going with this. Yo, next on the list, coming from the West Coast, he was here last week, and guess what? He's doing a doubleheader. He's here tonight as well. The Angry Otter himself, Knoxximus. What is up, bro?
What's up, man? You know, happy to be here. Sad about some Avatar Way of Water, which was fucking bullshit.
Oh my
It's
goodness!
just a fucking pile of trash.
Oh wow!
And it upsets me because fucking Cameron is the king of sequels, and he's no longer the king of sequels in my eyes.
Wow.
After that fucking.
I think
shit
Knoxximus
fucking
needs. I think he needs like a movie review YouTube channel. That's what I think.
possibly.
I would definitely subscribe to check that out.
When I was younger, I would say no because I liked everything when I was young. But as I've gotten older, I've become more like
An asshole.
What the fuck is this shit?
Okay, got you.
Where did Avatar touch you?
It didn't touch me at all.
Right where the blue fingerprints are. Yeah. Yeah.
Show me on the bear where it touched you.
Oh no. Oh no. Sexual harassment. Panda.
I gotta give the audience a whole picture. You know, just can't.
Elaborate some more, sir.
All right. Let's see here. People are saying you guys are low. I'm turning you guys up.
I at least want Bot to get some sort of money for this show.
Real quick. Dude, I appreciate you caring about my pockets, man. That
And
is
just a little bit, because
think
I know they've been demonetizing a lot of people around here in this.
yo, they've been going
These,
crazy, man. Like they
yeah,
said
I
like
know, bro.
they said
It's
no excessive
ridiculous.
swearing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I'm like, yeah,
crazy.
they don't care about this corner though. They don't care about Xbox 448 channel. They're
Honestly,
not.
they probably don't. To be honest, they probably
Oh,
if they
jeez.
not in a bad. I'm not trying to say it like in a bad thing. I'm just saying like they probably just don't see it, right? Like that, which is good on you because you don't have to
Under the radar, bro.
worry about it. Right, exactly. You're under the radar. But yeah,
Now
whatever.
who's low, Bunty? Bunty, who's low? Me? Am I low? Who's low? I don't know. I
You're
don't know.
low. He's low. He's
Oh,
low
Get
over
low,
there.
get low,
get,
get low.
get low. Well, yo, next on the list, guys. I cannot believe it. There has been a sighting. He has not been here for a while. The first few times definitely on me. And then just real life happened. But he is back again, ready to drop bombs. It is none other than Crispy Bomb. Crispy, what is up, bro?
It's good to be back, man. That new variant of COVID, I think, hit me because that was not fun. But yeah, I mean, great to have my voice back. World premiere, yes, it's back. So,
It's back,
and
it's
and
glorious.
it's also great to be back with the brothers, man. Come on, the ball busting has begun already. So, let us continue. That's all I gotta say.
nice. And guys, I believe K Mega should be coming. If you follow him on Twitter, you know what to
Oh,
do.
he's here.
He's in.
He's here.
He's here. All right,
Yep,
so
he's here.
I'm getting a delayed look here. So, K Mega, bro, you're back from your hiatus. Where you were meditating and you were becoming one with yourself to make a better YouTube channel. I know you.
Why
went
do you
out
make
there.
it sound so fucking sexual, dude?
Really?
Yeah, you make it sound like.
I was thinking more hippie-ish, basically.
Is it?
That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
was thinking, but I guess it just took a left turn. I don't
Are
know.
you saying he's taking ayahuasca or some shit?
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's inhaling peyote fumes. But no, he is back from his sabbatical, and he is here to entertain you guys. Of course, it is K Mega. K Mega, what is up, bro?
I don't even know if I want to still be here now after hearing that.
He's all like, oh.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like,
What's peyote, man? What the fuck?
I mean,
What is
all I know
this?
is that the break, I felt, I feel good, and I was like, you know what? Should I come back on? I might as well just go ahead and just retire. Just saying,
I was
hanging up.
waiting to see who would have like second thoughts. Like, man, I can usually do other things on Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was. I mean, after coming from surgery or whatever, I had to sleep and yeah. But after that got healed up, man, I was kind of like, damn, this feels pretty good, man. I'm over here laid up and enjoying myself, and I'm like, man. Then I remembered I was in there talking to my wife, and I said, what time is it? She said 7:05, and I said, "Oh, damn, that's right." I said I was going to come back to the show.
There's something. There was something
that I feel like I'm forgetting. What is going on anyway? No, it's good to be back, guys. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? As usual, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do my boy bot like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Crispy and the rest of these yahoos, I'll leave them in a heartbeat, but I ain't gonna do my boy bot like that.
Damn.
Thanks,
Got
man.
love for you
Thanks,
too, K
man.
Mega. Jeez. See if I come back to GRG. Fuck that
Oh,
You'll be back tomorrow, so I ain't worried about it.
yo, guys,
show. You'll be back. You'll be back, damn it.
Dark says that while we're live on the show. As soon as we go off
Right?
air
It's
at the end,
so true.
he'll be like, "So, K Mega, can I join tomorrow?"
Can I join?
Can
Can I join, bro?
I don't know, man.
Can I join, bro?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think I might already hit my white quota for 2023.
Oh! He said
No,
he got reverse affirmative action over there.
I know.
Like-
I got yes. Stop playing. I'm just
Damn.
playing around. No,
He's like, I already hit my quota. I ain't got
to.
to do shit.
Yes.
Got him.
That's awful. Anyway, got him. Let's go. The
Nice.
banter is returned. Let's get it. Good to be back, though.
Yo, Fake Man Bear Pig, it is good to see you, bro. Good to see everybody in the chat. Of course, Bunty is here. Serenity, what is up? Doggy Dog is in the building. What is up, guys? It is good to see you. Somebody. Okay. I was like, I heard a cell phone with music, but yeah, guys, we got to get into this, and there was breaking news, so I think we got to start with that real quick, kind of get that out there. But of course, it's kind of like as the deal turns, right? When we're talking about Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Xbox, and kind of like Microsoft, basically trying to do their whole business thing and acquire Activision Blizzard. Now, it seems that there are two companies that kind of put themselves into the mix. And I saw this on Twitter. I read the articles, all that good stuff. It seems that Google and Nvidia have quote unquote concerns when it comes to this deal between Microsoft and Activision. And I'm bringing up one of the articles right now just so I can read what they said. Nvidia said. It says Nvidia stressed the need for equal and open access to game titles, but didn't directly oppose the acquisition. And when it came down to it, I don't see anything that Google actually stated, but they kind of put themselves in the position of having concerns as well. Of course, there are people out there trying to spin this into these companies are absolutely opposed to the deal, and they are going up hardcore against the deal, which is not the actual case. Like I said, they are voicing concerns, but it even states in the articles that they don't get to the point where they oppose the deal. So let's go to the lawman on this panel. Of course, that would be Mr. Predator himself, the businessman. Pred, so two new companies come in here. I don't necessarily think this is a big deal just because of the words that were used when it comes to concerns over, directly we oppose this, that none of that was stated. Dude, what do you think's going on here? How important do you think this new information is when it comes to this deal getting done in the future?
It's not, but it is. It's like, someone's echoing. Because I can hear myself talking, but
I don't hear it, but
I hear it in my end. But it's It's important, but it's not. But like the more people you get sitting here, I guess adding to the fuel to the fire makes it harder to pass this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you're getting these bigger companies in there now, and it's like, shit, why is this taking so long? And like now you start drawing out shit that doesn't need to be there. Like all these people talking and spitting all these fucking rumors and shit, and it's like on one side is building up false hope, like the people who don't want this to go through, they start seeing these other companies, like these major companies now coming in and being like, oh, like, we don't agree with this. And like they say anything negative and they start thinking like, oh, it's not going to go through. But then you see all these other countries passing the law at the same time and letting it go through. So I think it's significant that these larger companies like Amazon and stuff like that are kind of speaking up, but they're not actually involved in it in that way. Like they're not sitting there in the courthouse with Microsoft. They like, and who said this? Like, what spokesperson at Amazon said this? Is it just like some fucking peon or Google or Nvidia? Like, who's saying this shit? Like who's
like
the
I
one?
said, the only thing I could see was Nvidia actually coming out and stating something, and I read what they said, and
and it's like, is it their lawyers talking for them and like speaking for on behalf of the company, or is it some fucking asshole over here fucking coding in the corner somewhere that they interviewed? Like it's like unless they actually submit a complaint formally, then who gives a shit? Like they can speak on it all they want to, but that's not gonna be presented in a court. Like they have to actually go in there and present it in paper and put a pen and blood to it and then make it a fact. Because right now it's just people spitting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like who cares what they're saying behind the scenes? Like what did you write down and say in the court of law? Because that's where this thing is being held at. Like, did you go to the FTC and actually submit a formal complaint on your issues with this deal going through? And that's what people they're not seeing that. They're seeing people speak on it, but they're not seeing anything presented in court because that's what's going to be addressed is what's being presented in court.
Yeah, what it comes
And so,
down
like-
to is the process. Whoever follows
Yeah.
the process.
So like, don't get your heads wrapped around, if you're one of those people who are all about like, this shit not going through, and even if you're one of those people who's worried about it, what are they presenting in court? Because Thomas in fucking the mailroom that works at NVIDIA saying something is completely different than lawyer A representing the company on their behalf, putting something on pen and paper and submitting it to the FTC. There's a big difference.
Pred, check this out. I just got a super chat in here, and I want you to address this real quick because I have a question that comes off of that. Now, first, I got a shout out to Sir X-Man who hit up the super chat first to show everybody that it works. It actually works. But he put that Dark needs a job. Let's help him. Dark, what happened? Did you get fired?
You guys gotta stop. You guys gotta stop saying that I need a job. I have a job. I do work. I've just.
You collecting that unemployment right now, bro? What's going on?
No, I'm not collecting unemployment. I'm not. Oh my god.
Hey, selling your booty hole.
Everybody, why does see? Here's the thing. Okay, yes, I lost my.
What the
Jeez.
fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost my like my normal day job per se, to where I had insurance and stuff, because in the film industry it's unless you're part of a union, you can't get health insurance. So I'm not part of a union, so I don't get health insurance. So that's why I had a daytime job. But now I'm free to do pretty much anything and everything, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my side projects and doing all this stuff. So
OnlyFans.
I'm not hurting for money or anything over here. I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I only had that job
Are you
just
able
to
to
have.
walk? Are you walking? Okay.
Yes, I'm able to walk. The only thing I don't have is just insurance. That's it.
He's
That's
getting
all I
that
don't have.
unemployment right now. He's good, yo. All right.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it's a percentage of what you would make. Trust me, I know.
No, I don't.
But,
I don't know how much that is, but I don't have unemployment. Okay, just.
But yo, this is a super chat I really wanted to get to. Shout out to Thanks23 Brooklyn. Yo, for hitting up the super chat, definitely appreciate it. He said Google and NVIDIA have joined Sony in expressing concerns to the FTC. Now, first off, Sony is doing more than just expressing quote unquote concerns. All right, when it comes to the FTC about the Microsoft Activision deal, both companies claim that Microsoft could gain an unfair advantage in the market for cloud, subscription, and mobile. Now, Fred, dude, the whole thing about gaining an advantage, like, this is one thing I don't understand about all this, because people are pointing, hey, they're going to gain an unfair advantage. But the way I look at it was they started prepping for what's going on right now, for the trend within the gaming community and pretty much the world as a whole, and how they kind of ingest content, digitally, all that good stuff. So to me, it's like Microsoft and Xbox started planning early, which gave them a better structure. Now, moving into the future, and they are acquiring studios to fulfill and become self-sufficient. I don't understand how that's a bad thing, Pred. I don't understand how that's an unfair advantage.
Let me ask you this question.
When they started,
who has a Google Stadia that's really complaining about this right now?
Well, Google Stadia is going away, if not.
Yeah, isn't it dead?
Exactly.
I was gonna say, isn't it dead?
Yeah,
It's not already
It dies this month. Yeah.
Google is saying, "Oh, there's an unfair advantage." Bitch, you ain't even in the fucking console race right now. Shut the fuck up. You're not in the gaming space. What is NVIDIA doing as far as gaming goes? As far as buying companies and presenting video games, what are they doing? What system do they have out there?
They have a subscription service called GeForce Now.
Right.
Okay, but are they buying studios to create games for their fucking product?
No, because
neither is
that
fucking Google.
costs
So they don't have a fucking say so in this fucking.
So they want the games available for their stuff.
Yeah, like who's buying? What do they have that we could play those games on? Like nothing. Like no one's buying the Stadia. No one's buying NVIDIA Shield. No one's doing GeForce now. They're not buying games through GeForce like that. So like their argument is kind of invalid because they're not even in the fucking space right now. Like, what are they? Are they trying to get back in this? Like, shut up. Sit over here. Wait, Chris Brown said you can't even get in the club. How you hating from outside? Like, shut up.
Oh
Like,
shit! Oh, who said it? Chris Bosh said that.
Chris Brown said that on one
Oh,
of his
okay.
songs.
Oh shit!
I'm saying, like, like you hating from outside the club, bro. You can't even get in here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they're not even players in this whole party. So, like, I don't get it. It's like, to me, it's like, yeah, there are going to be people who are concerned about it, but how valid is their argument when it comes to that? Like, I can see Sony pushing it. I can see it. I would even see if Nintendo was pushing it, but they're not. It's just Sony. And now they're just like going over, hey, man, can you back us on this? Hey, man, can you back us on this? And they're shimmering it everywhere they can go, trying to get people on their side. They're like lobbyists right now, is what it seems like. Like, hey, we need you to kind of side with us on this because, if Microsoft gets this deal, we're not getting Call of Duty on PlayStation. And they're not going to put it on the video shield in Google Stadia. Like, really? Yeah, how stupid that sounds right now. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's stupid. Like, I get the concern of some people, but but here's the other side of it too. You also have Microsoft still saying, "Hey, look, we're going to put this on the systems. We're going to put the game that you're worried about on all the systems that it's on right now for at least 10 years." And the thing is, they can renegotiate that later in 10 years. And I think that's what scares them. Like, what happens after 10 years? Because how many Call of Duties are going to come out in the next 10 years? There's one a year, right? How much money is Microsoft going to make off of that, right? And that's what concerns them. So, like, after year 10, when they're in negotiations of trying to get this deal to go through again, Microsoft will be like, all right, we let y'all do this shit the first time around. Now y'all got to break bread. And I think the second part of that is what scares them. But they're only concerned about Call of Duty. I don't really hear about all the other games that are on that system that will come with that deal. Why is it just Call of Duty? Even though I know it's a juggernaut, because I know someone will correct me on this later. It is a juggernaut. But there's other systems, there's other games that they can produce too that we're not talking about that are pretty well off too. The mobile stuff makes a shitload of money for ABK. The other stuff they do on PC makes a shitload of money for them too. And I get it. Call of Duty is the boss, right? That's the major player in all this too. But like, no one's complaining about the other shit. They're only throwing out fucking Call of Duty in there.
See, I see Nvidia, like, from what Nvidia said, they weren't necessarily pointing out Call of Duty. They were being more general about it, which I feel is more up the alley that, like, would be common sense, not just pulling one, but saying, hey, games in general.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going that route where it's like Call of Duty, but that's definitely Sony. And Sony, like I said, they're doing more than just voicing their concerns. I mean, they're flying over there and they're meeting with them and they're crying in their laps and all sorts of shit to be like, don't let them do this. No, it's not fair.
I'm buying everything because I have all the money. It's like being mad. It's like being mad at the guy in the strip club with all the cash and all the bitches are going over there to dancing with him and shit. Like, your broke ass is sitting over there with the fucking tequila at the bar. Can't get no pussy
with cranberry and soda over there.
with $20 at once.
$20.
Hey. But yo, let's get crispy.
Spots all like, hey, that's me. That's me, man.
No, I'm not fun at this club. Anyway, let's get Crispy into this. Yo, Crispy, you heard the news. Now there's Google and Nvidia. Like I said, I couldn't really see anything that Google said, but they're obviously siding in the on the side of they have concerns. Dude, what do you think about this now involvement with these two companies? Does this change anything moving forward for you? Do you think this is this is important, or is this kind of like a speed bump going forward, man?
It's basically a nothing burger. You got Google. Google doesn't like Microsoft. I mean, I was surprised it took them this long to actually say something. It's quite hilarious. You know, and also a lot of people ignore the union part of this. You know, big tech does not want unions, and I am very surprised that Apple hasn't said anything. Although they're more likely doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors, because
the union is a great point right there, bro.
and you know, like same for Amazon, like they're probably doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors. Google is not really totally worried about unions, but knows that if the trend continues throughout other companies besides just Microsoft, that eventually they may have to fold, and that's probably why they're being a little nonchalant with this.
Yeah, Amazon don't want unions in their shit. They've
already fought. Yeah, they've already fought many attempts at unionization, and I think one fulfillment center in New York, I believe, actually got the unions to go through. But basically, they're shutting. They're basically probably firing people in other fulfillment centers that are trying to unionize. Like they really can do that, which is really messed up. And that's why I give Microsoft a lot of kudos for saying, you know what, screw it, we're just going to go with it. And it's something that they're not going to like. And NVIDIA, I mean, I really don't know. What I mean, obviously they have
kind of
to.
A surprise right there. That's kind of
I mean, they have workers, obviously, so maybe that's part of it. But it's also they don't have I don't see them working much with Microsoft as well. So. The only thing is like what they said is kind of like, okay, that's like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. This has been nipped in the bud maybe 6 months ago, really. So it's kind of confusing, and it's that one. I just don't. It would be like AMD doing it. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah. It's like
why?
Yeah.
For what reason? So it's one of those things. Like you look at it, and you say Google killed their own, cloud streaming, and they probably feel threatened by Microsoft right now as well. So there's a lot of factors.
We can't do it, nobody can. Okay, that's what it is.
You see how you can't even get YouTube. We can't stream stream to YouTube like you can with Sony. You know what I'm saying? Like this stupid crap that you're just like, come on, like really? Like Microsoft would easily be able to do this, but Google's probably like, nah, you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, what else could it be? Like, let's be honest. A software company can't, stream to.
I like the angle of the whole union situation because Microsoft came out with a full page freaking advertisement. I think like Wall Street Journal or something like that, talking about how they embrace kind of like the union culture and all that good stuff. And like I could see companies like Nvidia and Amazon, if they don't like the whole union shit, that they're like, nah, fuck that. Well, your deal right there. We have concerns about that. How about that one? Like I like that angle, man.
Well, and think about it. It's very interesting that the loudest ones in the room are the FTC, and these are American companies. And if you really look at the workforce of Sony as well, is based a lot in America. Like their headquarters for Sony Interactive is in freaking California.
Yeah.
So was it Santa Monica, right? Yeah, it's Santa Monica Street, same place. So. It's one of those things like, they have a reason to fight this as well.
Sorry. It's actually in San Francisco.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. San Francisco. Okay. But, it's one of those things like you got one single company. All the other ones are like, nah, we ain't touching this. We are never going to do that, within our own free will. And Microsoft's like, nah, we'll do it. And they're all probably like, what? No. You know what I mean? And they probably tried to talk to them, and they're like, nah, we're not playing this game. You know what I mean? Like the workers matter, and we're going to treat the workers the way we think is right. And now all these companies are like, nah, this can't happen, because if there's a standard there, you're going to have all of the best employees being like, no, I'll work for Microsoft. Screw you guys. And that's another scary thought. So it's an interesting dynamic, and you're not going to hear a lot about it, but you can just see it. It's like reading through the tea leaves. You're just like, man, this doesn't look good, for these other companies. And they're just putting the smoke and mirrors about the gaming stuff that, especially these two companies, don't really have much say into. Just saying.
I got you, bro. I got you. It's a very interesting angle. Definitely appreciate your opinion, man. I got to shout out Dragonheart Yobi for hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much, brother, for the support. He says the panel needs their payback bot. I mean, what is going on? People needs their money. Mega teach bot how to use a soundboard. Fam is trash.
Yeah, especially me since I don't have a job anymore, man. What the fuck, bro?
DRG is back tomorrow, baby.
$20 in the strip club.
Yo, shout out to you, Yobi.
Yeah, I need that $20 for the strip club, man.
Wow,
My OnlyFans has been lacking lately. I need them.
Well,
Daddy needs that money.
well, guys, let's get K Mega in on this. K Mega, you know the deal. Google, Nvidia coming in and saying that they have concerns as well when it comes to the Activision deal. Dude, is this severe in your eyes, man? What do you think this means, kind of like in the whole of the deal, kind of like moving forward?
I love what Ham said underneath what Yobi said. He said, K Mega's here, but his spirit is in the Witcher, which I am. I'm playing the Witcher right now.
Oh shit! Why'd you do that to yourself, bro?
You got the Witcher out of what he said there.
Yeah. Anyway, but
even though he just said the Witcher.
Yeah, he just said Witcher. The Witcher. You got it. Anyway, this is very. I've been kind of out of the loop, so I didn't really. I'm just now starting to get back into paying attention to some stuff that's going on, but it is very interesting. I have not heard this, and so the only thing that I could think why NVIDIA is saying anything is because of their streaming service, because it is popular on PC, but that really doesn't make any sense because you would think that Microsoft would definitely work with NVIDIA on certain things, and maybe because I think maybe these companies feel more comfortable of working with Activision. They feel that maybe Microsoft will be a little bit more stringent, or may not be as loosey goosey or whatever. I don't know, but obviously it is. I definitely agree with Crispy and with Pred. I mean, like, look, this isn't something that's in court, and they're following the FTC, and the FTC is on the wrong side of history. I understand what the FTC is trying to do overall because big corporations, merging with one another. Some of the, some things work out for the best, others don't. But it is clear that the FTC has no idea what they're talking about in the gaming space, especially when they could just see Sony advertisements and things like that. I mean, we just seen something today where it was just pretty funny where the person from Final Fantasy 16, one of the developers, said, "Look, if you want to play the game on there, we ain't going to talk about PC. Just buy a PlayStation 5." What? So it's pretty crazy to me that, like, Google, we understand that Google, they don't like Microsoft. Microsoft don't like Google. That's part of the whole situation. But I did think I've heard something like right before or right during the whole Brazil, when the regulators out in Brazil were looking over the deal, that Amazon and already gave the green light, like they don't have a problem with it. So that's why Amazon knows exactly what, because they're going to keep buying, they're going to do stuff. They're the biggest in the world when it comes to cloud, all that other stuff right now. So they're fine. And like I said, I would go back to that and look that up, because I would have swore that they were, when they looked and they asked other companies out there, when they asked EA and all the rest of them that stood up, and then Amazon was right there. I was like, no, we don't care either way. So Google, on the other hand, they're probably pissed off because they were trying to be in competition with Xbox's streaming, and pretty much, Stadia came out before, and now Stadia is about to be out the door, and now xCloud, and xCloud is already now starting to thrive, and so it's so you got to get it. So they might want to, and it's probably what Pred was saying, and pretty much Sony is over there doing more lobbying, trying to get more people on their side. But if this isn't going on in court, then it really is just lip service. And And if this is what the FTC has to offer, is to say what Amazon and what Nvidia has to say, and there's really no nothing behind it except for just lip service, then this is just another fail on their part to try to stop this deal. And Microsoft already said, look, who we worried about is the CMA and the EU. Once they go ahead and they say that that's okay, we're going to go ahead and do the merger, and then we'll just go to court and just deal with the FTC, and the FTC will most likely lose. So it's not that big of a deal overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, that it's just weird when they talk about unfair advantage. It's just that, like, so one company can't kind of see what's going on, see where the trends are going, and kind of put their chips into one basket and kind of build up a certain way to distribute their content, right? And be ready for it when it becomes popular. I don't understand what the difference. That's what it looked like Xbox was doing from my perspective. I don't understand how that creates an unfair advantage.
It doesn't. See, this is the thing. It seems like
they got ahead of everything. That's all.
Yeah, it seems like these companies, and especially NVIDIA got to watch out for their own right now, because their 4090 cards are getting destroyed right now. Because they're having problems. They're supposed to be more powerful than the 30 series, and they're not, and so it's
overpriced.
They're overpriced, and they even dropped the was it the 4090 Ti or something like that? They dropped it down to 100, and then so like the people that are knowledgeable about it, because I was watching videos about it, because I'm finna get ready to upgrade my PC here pretty soon. So I was over here looking like, well, do I really want to go that far to get a 4090? And then they're like, no, it's not. These people that it's not worth it. And I'm like, damn. So they're having problems because their public is over here pretty upset with them on what they're doing and how they're overpricing and things like that. So they better be worried about that. And if you think about it, though, NVIDIA has been the strong suit, the face, pretty much. It was Intel for a long time, but now NVIDIA has pretty much got is doing better than AMD and things like that. And also
the PC
you got to remember
cover child.
And so you also got to think about this too. Microsoft works with AMD. So I mean, so does PlayStation, but mostly, a lot of stuff that they're showing, especially with their architecture that's going on into the Series X and the S, it's AMD, and so that's and that's their competitor, and so that could be another reason as well. But yeah, no, I just like what Fred and Crispy said, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, and then also the whole union thing as well. Like Microsoft is on this kick. So
I think that's a very interesting angle.
Right. Yeah. Silicon Valley it wants to be like it was in the 90s and early 2000s, and it's starting to catch up with them, because
a lot of money and a lot of cocaine. Bro.
Well, a lot of money, a lot of stuff that people get away with a lot of things out there, and so now people are starting to try to regulate on it. So it's due time. So they don't want the change to happen, but it looks like that's good. That's going to happen. And Microsoft is kind of like, look, we already doing what we want to do. That's up to you. And my last point is that with the whole competition thing, it's really odd, because there is a place for there's definitely a space for what NVIDIA is doing. It just seems like these big companies that are in charge or that are head that's been in a comfortable position, that they don't want to put in the effort to compete. Like Sony has been in this position for so long, and they feel and they're comfortable where they're at. And now when Microsoft is actually pushing them, they're actually, no, we don't want that. NVIDIA's over here sounding like this now, and AMD has been making efforts, but it still hasn't cracked open. But now, whatever the case may be, it just seems like these big corporations that has been comfortable of sitting on the king's throne for a while, and seeing that there's somebody out there trying to push them, they act like they ain't ready to fight for that top spot. So it's kind of weird to me. It really is.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting.
And yes, loosey goosey, baby. Viper, loosey goosey.
Oh, no.
Loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey.
Oh no. I was gonna say it's skip what I'm gonna say. Let's get to Dark Optimus on this, man. I want to hear what you say on this, Dark. Okay, we got two more companies in this, man. We got Google we got Nvidia. I read what Nvidia said. I couldn't see anything that Google said, but they kind of, I guess, just threw themselves into the mix, man. What are your thoughts on these developments, man? And what does it mean for the deal, kind of like moving forward?
In gaming, Google who,
Yo, for real.
right? Right? Like Google who? You fucking failed, bro. Like you failed. You failed. You came out with Stadia and you failed. Shut the fuck up, right?
Damn.
Just shut the
Yo,
fuck up.
Fred, I think some of your mannerism might have rubbed off on Dark a little right
Okay.
now, man. Little
then
bit of the pregame.
and then you got Nvidia, right? Who gives a fuck? They're fucking PC fucking douchebags over there.
Oh man.
You know, like they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. Oh, I wonder how we can stop this deal from happening. You know, it's just so stupid, man.
Reprehensible.
It's so dumb. To be honest, like it's so dumb. Like why are you guys even like I get why you're trying because of the fact that maybe you don't want the game to be exclusive just to Xbox, but here's the thing, like Google, you were what? You're not even in the gaming industry anymore, right? Like I mean, at least that we know of, you're not in the gaming industry. I mean, Stadia failed, so you're out.
Yeah, that's
Nvidia, you're PC. You do PC stuff. So why do you even care? Because those games are gonna come to PC anyways. So what's the problem here? Like I don't get it. like I don't understand.
I said,
like
what is your deal? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, for me personally, I could give two shits about the fucking ABK deal, because I mean I bought the new Call of Duty and I played it for maybe like, honestly I should have never bought it. I played it for maybe like 28, maybe 20 hours, maybe not even like it wasn't very good. Like the multiplayer was meh, like like it was okay.
Shut your mouth.
I just didn't like the
I'm
fact.
like what?
No, because the reason why the multiplayer is okay, the reason why I think the multiplayer is just okay, is because of the fact that all you can, in order to get the gun that you want to fucking play with, you have to do bullshit ass fucking shit just to get that fucking gun. That's stupid. That's dumb. Like that shouldn't even be a thing in the game at all. It's stupid to me. And then the whole like King and stuff like that. That's great. Like I can see why they would want King. Like mobile is like huge. Like especially in Japan and places like that. I mean, it's getting bigger here too in the United States. But for me personally, I couldn't give two shits, to be honest. Like if the deal goes through, then the deal goes through. If it don't, oh well.
Wow. I mean, man, it's interesting, but I don't think it's anything to like. I'm not going to be thinking hard about like these two companies and their involvement and everything right now.
Well, you shouldn't because I mean, one's a failure, right?
Damn.
One's a failure.
Damn, you are.
So you don't have to worry about that. The other one just makes PC fucking crap, so it doesn't fucking matter. Who gives a shit?
And they got their own shit to worry about right now.
Yeah, they got their own shit to worry about.
Huh.
So I mean, it's just you have nothing to worry about. If you're worrying about it, then maybe you should stop playing video games for a little bit and do something else. Maybe I don't know.
He said, "Touch some grass, people. Touch some grass."
Touch some grass. Yeah.
Well, guys, after that, let's get to the good stuff because Xbox's Developers Direct show has been announced for January 25th. I believe it is 3 p.m. Eastern, and I am really excited about this because first off, I have the day off from work, and we all know what that means when it comes to this channel and a game show. I will be going live to react to what they're going to be showing. from what's being said, it's pretty much games that are coming out this year. From rumors or whatnot, it seems that there's a possibility that Starfield might not be there. And of course, when it comes to information like that, we got people out on Twitter trying to claim that it is the end of the world because this game might not be in the showcase. But we're looking at Minecraft Legends, Redfall, Forza Motorsport, and I believe other things as well. Because I don't think they're just going to do the three, but they are calling it Developers Direct. So I'm pretty much thinking it's the developers of these games coming direct to the gamer, to the consumer, and basically, bringing new gameplay, talking more about, the actual mechanics of the games that they're coming out with this year. I'm excited about this. I'm really looking forward to Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Dark Optimus, and Pred, and basically all of my panel seems to be coming out this year. We're going to be seeing.
We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. They could.
time to delay that.
There's plenty of time for them to be like, it's coming. It's coming out in 2030.
Which I am excited. I am so excited, man. Ray tracing on track on console.
Pot really wants that game to come out this year, doesn't he?
Oh, it's coming.
Man.
It's coming. And that'll be the game I lose myself in. To be really honest with you. But let's go with Dark on this. Dark, it has been announced, all right. And people are giving the parameters of the show. I gotta ask if you're excited. I gotta ask what you think about the possibility of Starfield not being in this developers direct showcase, bro.
Honestly, I could give two shits about this showcase, to be honest.
Why?
For the simple fact that it's Xbox.
Oh, you are an asshole. That's what
Can we
you
just
are.
go ahead and bump him off the show now? Or
Yeah,
just wait until the end
you
of the podcast?
just put a straight asshole real quick, man.
I just said it for you, bot. Just for you, bot. No, but seriously, in all seriousness, I think it's a good show. I mean, they're gonna show release dates, so that's cool. That's good.
I see that things don't change. Ice, music. God damn, Fred.
What's it called? I got distracted by K Mega talking.
K Mega,
over
you better
me,
watch out, man.
like,
You're distracted.
God, man.
Like,
I know, dude. Jeez, the fuck is mad with you, K
You really
Mega?
fucked him up bad.
God.
He was like,
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not just watching Pred's OnlyFans?
No, dude.
He's jacking off.
That's great.
It was definitely that. It was definitely that. It was definitely me watching Brett's OnlyFans. I couldn't help it. Yeah, man. I just think that
the link right now on Twitter, by the way.
I think the concern of Bethesda not being there, which they already announced that they're gonna have their own little showcase kind of thing.
Did they
for Starfield?
Hold on. Did they announce that they're doing that, or?
Yeah, for Starfield, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They announced it. It's not just rumor.
Yeah, no, they announced
today.
it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta go back into Twitter.
Yeah, so they announced that, so you don't have to worry about that. The what's it called? Redfall, they're gonna show off, so that's good. I mean, as long as they give release dates, I think everybody's gonna be in a happy state, right? Like,
Everybody.
if you don't have release dates for these games, I mean, maybe the Pony Express is not going to be happy, of course, because it's fucking that's just how they are.
No, they're even saying that No Man's Sky getting VR support absolutely crushes Starfield. By the way, that's what they're not even talking.
Did they really say that? Did that actually happen this week?
Yeah,
geez.
That was on Twitter.
Oh man, who was that? Christopher Hart? Let me guess, that was Chris.
I have no idea. After a while, they all look the same.
They just all blur together.
Yeah.
Is he even alive still? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, huh? Yeah, he's still alive. Going after Xbox players. It's just I think we're kind of. It's good that they're getting it out now instead of waiting until like let's say February or March to do it. Like I mean, if this was honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest here, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this from the PlayStation
Yeah, you're
community.
used
But
to
if this was a PlayStation thing, they would wait until February or March or something like that. Like they wouldn't do that this early in the year. Like they just wouldn't. They would wait until they can uh you know I guess do their own kind of thing. But they haven't even announced anything. They didn't even have a show last year. Like, it's kind of like, okay, Sony, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, I love my PlayStation. Don't get me wrong, but I want to hear about more games, coming. Like, I don't want to just see that only Spider-Man 2 is the one game that's coming this year. Like, I hope that that's not the case.
You get Forspoken.
I mean,
in
yeah,
February.
Forspoken. Okay, yeah, okay, that looks what
Looks so
fucking
good.
like dog shit. I played the demo. I didn't like it, so I don't think it's going to change that much from the demo. What else did they have? They have Final Fantasy, which looks great. It looks fantastic, yeah. But that's how many games, right? That's what, 2, 3? We're used to like seeing Sony coming out with like 3 or 4 within the first part of the year, right? Like for the most part. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're not announcing anything. I don't know why they're not showing. Why are they just waiting until this ABK deal goes through? Like what the like you guys can't wait for that shit. Like just fucking just throw these games out there, man. Let us know what we're getting, what's coming, things like that. Like not having a show last year kind of pissed me off. Like why didn't they fucking have a show? Like there was no point of them not having a show at all. The reason behind it was, oh well, we didn't want to show off anything because it might hurt our chances with the ABK deal. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Like that's how you're gonna treat your fucking gamers?
Ooh.
Like that's how you're gonna treat the gamers? Is just be like, no, we're not gonna show anything because we're afraid of what Microsoft might do with the ABK deal. Like what the fuck is the matter with you? Like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm fuming a little bit by it. Because it's annoying, man. Like at least Xbox is like, hey, we're showing you some stuff, at least they're doing something. I'm not saying that they're doing all third party, which I mean not all for first party. I mean they're gonna probably show some third party stuff, here and there.
I don't know about that, man. I really don't.
I mean, if they just show, great, awesome. We get to see what's coming from Xbox. We, as gamers, have some of an inkling of what's coming from PlayStation, but it's not much. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm selfish, and I want more games, and they're not doing it. Like they're not showing us. Like what the fuck,
That's
man?
all right.
Like
your Xbox will get more play this year, man. That's the beauty of multi-console
will
ownership.
it? I hope so. I mean, that's the thing. Like if Redfall doesn't come out and be good, then that's not good either, right? Like these games have to be good.
Yo, Dark,
I'm telling you, dude.
We'll jump into Redfall together. How about that, man?
But these games have to be good, right? Like these games that they're announcing and they're giving release dates for have to be good, right? Like maybe not to the the hardcore Xbox fan base, but to the gaming community as a whole, they have to be good. They have to be on point, and they know that. So, hopefully that is the case. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably join you when they do their show.
That'd be cool.
Just to kind of shoot the shit with you.
Yeah, since you lost your job,
Oh God. You guys.
I should have never been let
Um,
into this whole thing, yo.
Yeah, you should have never. Yeah. It's never ending. But yeah, man, I think it's just a good time to show off what they have, and it's going to be great. I mean, I wish more companies would do that in the beginning of the year, like show off what they have, what they're going to be doing, things like that for the at least the first 6 months of the year, right? And then at that during that E3 time, show us off what you're going to have the rest of that time plus into 2024.
Hmm.
I like that. I think that's good. I think kudos to Microsoft and Xbox for doing that. I don't know if they'll do that next year, because I mean we say this stuff, and then they go back and they go back to their old fucking ways.
Anytime it looks like they have a good structure for marketing, the next year,
Yeah,
they completely
Yeah.
change the shit, and it's like, well, what are you
Right.
thinking now? Yeah, no, I hear
right,
you on that.
exactly. So it's just, this year's gonna be good, but who knows what's gonna happen next year?
Gotcha.
Hopefully it continues.
All right, got you, bro. Let's get K Mega in the building. Mega, we are talking the Developers Direct Game Showcase, January 25th from Xbox. Supposedly, games like Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, supposedly other things as well. I don't want people just thinking it's just those three. I think there's going to be more, but possibly no Starfield. So what do you think about them doing a show in January, right? And then what are your opinions on the possibility of no Starfield at this show?
There is no opinion. Starfield, look, it's no different than when you looked at the PlayStation those showcases, and then when we knew that there was a bigger game coming out. They had the show primarily just for that game. So this is no different. Like if Starfield is going to be the game of the first part of the year, then obviously that game needs to have all the attention brought to that and not just added with everything else.
Okay.
Because I mean, yeah. So I mean, if anybody that was complaining about that, you sound ridiculous. Because then what you're doing is because what the complaint will be at this point, well, people will point out, well, okay, so Starfield is shown with Forza and with Redfall, and people know that Redfall and Forza, even though Forza is a AAA racer, but Redfall is going to be a new shooter type game that's going to be on the, it's not going to be looked at as that AAA quote unquote put the fingers up in the air banger. Then why would you show Starfield and not, you know what I mean? Like Starfield is supposed to be this new game that's going to be placed into the Xbox pantheon of Halo,
Of
Gears,
greatness.
Fortnite. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing that I just don't understand. But again, I'm pleased. It was just like when I was trying to tell people, like, I mean, and for the 2 weeks that I was kind of out, I came in, said a couple of things on Twitter, got back, really wasn't paying attention too much. But when I was in the DMs, I'm seeing people just, it's an L. Why we don't know anything? My God, it's and at that time it was like the 5th or 6th of
Dude,
July.
The year just started.
Like God dang,
they ain't even
it
back in the office
was a
yet.
fail that they weren't at the VGAs. But see, this is what the thing would, again, I guarantee you would have. Let's say that they did Redfall, Forza, and the Minecraft Legends, and then Elder Scrolls Online, and they presented that stuff at the VGAs. What would you think people would say?
Where's Starfield? Where's it Valve?
Yeah, that would be.
Where's
where's Starfield would be the first thing.
Yeah. Like, because these ain't the games people are waiting for. Where's Starfield? Where's this?
Fable.
Where's that? Yeah. Well, Xbox is not doing enough. Why are you showing me these games? So it wouldn't have been. So that was the reason why. Because I talked about this, when I was on GRG, it was like, it makes sense to not have anything crazy on the VGAs this year, and maybe if they do, then cool, maybe because there'll be a special announcement for something. But if they don't, then it'll be better for them to have a show in the beginning of the year, maybe January, February, and then to highlight we're kicking off 2023 this way. And so again, people were already now starting to say, well, Xbox is not being transparent enough, and they're not doing this enough, and then. Then they come with the Oreo stuff, and then people started to panic. And when I seen the Oreo stuff, I roll my eyes too, because I know that that's not for the general public. I mean that's for the general public.
Oreo
that's not for the hardcore.
Is amazing, man. Like,
Oreo. I was like, what is this? The body wash all over again? I'm like,
right. Like for the hardcore, they're looking at this and because I roll my eyes on it, but I'm not tripping over it because I know what this is advertising for people that are. That isn't for me, it's for other people. So
I want that Halo armor. I want that Oreo Halo armor.
Yeah,
bro.
Right.
Of course you do.
Well, some people do, yeah, for sure. But for me, it's like, okay, Xbox is saying that that the rumors is out there. It's going to happen. Relax. We're just in the very first 15 days of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's not even half of the month yet.
People started bitching on the 3rd, bro.
Right.
It's so true. They did.
I know.
It was crazy.
During the holidays.
The holidays weren't even over yet.
Yeah, I almost left out some of them DMs. Like, I was like, are y'all tripping? Like, man, can y'all turn it off? Turn it off now, please. I can understand if you're not from the United States or you don't celebrate Christmas or but everybody celebrates the New Year. Come on now.
Yeah.
You're doing this during the New Year. Like, are you getting? I put my phone down, sit there, enjoy myself, and fell asleep like an old man because I was over healing. But I don't know. But I'm pleased. I'm happy for it. Minecraft. I'm not really big into Minecraft. But
this is a story-based Minecraft, is what it is.
Yeah, I know, and I might give it a chance one of these days. I don't know though. I doubt it, but I mean, you never know. But I don't think I'm going to have the time, to jump on Minecraft Legends. But I am definitely all stoked for Forza. Can't wait to see what they show with that.
Oh yes.
Redfall. I looked at Redfall and I was like, you know what? Redfall looks interesting. I really don't know nothing about it technically. And then when I heard something recently, they were saying that it's not going to be like for Left 4 Dead. It's going to be more like Borderlands. That piqued my interest.
Did you hear about the bosses? How the bosses appear in Redfall?
No, I did not hear that.
Oh my goodness. A storm starts building and it gets like incredibly crazy, and in the middle of that storm are incredibly powerful vampire bosses that like you either by yourself or co-op can go and take on. And like there's like certain times that certain ones show up and like stuff like that in the game. It sounds nasty, bro.
Okay,
nasty.
yeah, no, I'm intrigued by it. I really am. I definitely want to see what else. And then like my friend, that's all he plays is ESO. So that's going to be something that I'll just look into because he keeps trying to get me into wanting to get back into Elder Scrolls Online. I just don't know. But I know that he'll definitely be happy about that. He's trying to get
you to give up your life, basically.
Yeah, because that's all he plays.
Yeah, because you're not gonna
else, right?
That's all you're gonna have to play if you play that game, dude.
Right. So and I already got obligations. I got people that want me to play. I got dealer and bot that want me to play 2K. King David and Addict and them want me to jump on Fortnite. So I'm like, all right, okay. And then of course I got to keep my obligations of doing fighters. So. I just, but
it's so tough being K Mega.
It is. It really is. But I know I'm excited for it. I mean, any type of news is fine. I'm hearing it that they're not going to have a host or anything on there. That's going to be positive. I don't mind either way. I liked when they were doing Inside Xbox and when they had they had people talking in. Sometimes it was cringy, of course. But if they don't have anything and they make it more like a PlayStation showcase, I'm cool with that too. Just as long as we get enough information about the games, and then give us a date for them, and then let's let it rip, and then of course get ready for the game that I am mostly high anticipated for is Starfield. Let us know whenever, a week or two later, or maybe sooner than that, when they're going to do the Starfield situation and event, and I'll be ready for that. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for it, and so hopefully, if I'm around, I'll be there with you to
Nice.
watch what they're doing. So,
Nice,
yeah.
nice. I will say this kind of puts a wrench in what I was thinking last week when we were talking about the quote unquote rumors of the show, because I've been hearing information that like Starfield is really like I guess you could say really far into development, if not done. Avowed is pretty much in that same kind of like category. Which is why when I was predicting like games coming out in 2023, like I went back and forth between Hellblade 2 and Avowed at the end of this year. But I don't know, man. I'm getting more and more hyped for Starfield. Kind of like the closer and closer we're getting. The more information coming out, knowing that id Software helped with the gunplay mechanics. That's good news for me because I love Doom Eternal, and if it has kind of like that Doom feel when it comes to the guns, I'll be really excited about that. But let's see here, Crispy, man, you get to talk about the developers direct showcase, brother, man. Again, we're talking about games coming out this year, and I also want to hear your opinion on the whole Starfield thing, where people are trying to make a big deal that Starfield might not be there. I want to know how you feel about that situation, bro.
Well, I mean, first off, Starfield needs its own show. I mean, it's a big enough game, probably the biggest game we're ever going to play. So, yeah, I mean, dedicate a whole show to it, even if it's just 30 minutes. I think a lot of people will tune into that. And, Redfall, I mean, that game could be a sleeper hit, in my opinion.
It's got a chance, bro. It's got a chance. From what I've seen and what I've read, and like, it sounds like an awesome game.
Yeah, and that's why I really, I'd like to see some more. And I mean, who knows? Like, there could be some extra polish on there. They got that delay, and we've all seen games go from like, wow, that looks horrible to man, that looks amazing. So, if they pull that off, make it look even better than it already did, because we're all like, oh, this game looks almost done. So we'll see what happens there. And then, I mean, might not be for me because I'm an arcade racer, but there's going to be a lot of people tuning in for Forza. I mean, dude, especially like a lot of PC players are going to be watching that too, because, that game's probably going to blow our brains off when it comes to visuals. I have no doubt about that. So, I mean,
I already technically saw it, but like, to see more of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's one of those things like, once again, like, it's kind of crazy how like 6 months can go by and they put all this extra polish in there, and then you're like, holy crap, like, this looks even better. So it's one of those things where like it might not be, my type of racer, but at the same time, I could play it on Game Pass and at least give it a damn shot, right? Like, and that's a beautiful thing. And then, Minecraft, I mean, it's Minecraft. There's going to be people ready to see more of that. So, one of the most popular games of all time, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Yeah. So, it's one of those things, like, as long as they set expectations of what this is, and I think, a lot of people are like, oh, the one more thing and this and that. I would love a one more thing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, save those for, your video game awards, your E3s, save those big, like, wow, that's really happening, or, oh man, that IP hasn't been touched in years. I wonder how they're going to do that. Those type of, thought processes, save those for the big shows. Keep your expectations so when you do shows like this, people aren't looking for nothing like, spectacular. More or less, they're looking for more into these certain games that are coming out within a certain period of time. And, hopefully they nail it. And it's kind of something we've been asking for. We've been asking for them to show more gameplay, but also I think, Sony had a lot of successful shows just doing one game like Horizon Forbidden West, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we all came away from that or like this was pretty good. You know what I mean? Or Ghost of Tsushima. You know what I mean? Like we've seen them do this and it has worked. Is it something that's, you know, big show status? No, but that's why you save those things for the big shows.
Now I hear you on that, Crispy. Now, Crispy, when it comes to Starfield at the developers direct, now I went on Twitter. I didn't see anything from Xbox announcing that they are gonna have a Starfield show later on. So I'm just going off of I haven't seen anything yet on that. All right. If it hasn't been officially announced, do you think that they need to say something at this showcase about
Bethesda already
show?
did. I put it in the
Bethesda did?
DM.
Okay,
Bethesda
you put it.
did.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good shit, dude. I always
Yeah.
getting information. I'm going.
Should have said something earlier, but you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, I expect them to at least give the date of the show, and then they'll give the date of the release at the show. It's one of those things where I'm like, like, is it really needed? But you know what? They need to put all eyes on Starfield. I mean, at the end of the day, new IP, you know, 20 years in the making, Bethesda, Todd Howard, you get all the spiel, and especially after Fallout 76 fell flat on its face in the beginning. They want to come out swinging,
when
and
Mooch liked it. That's when it fell on its face. When Mooch liked it, and then when he
yeah, now it has like what 16 million players or something.
Let him live that down because, like, you know, my brother over there, Mr. Mooch, likes to go out and, you know, try to act like he never said anything crazy. And I'm like, dude, that was pretty crazy right there. You and your love for Fallout 76
He said a lot of things that are crazy.
was really crazy, bro.
I say things that are crazy. Come on, everybody says things that are crazy.
Yeah. I do
absolutely.
all the time, probably in my sleep too. But
Crispy is crazy, so you know,
insane in the. No, I better not finish it. Who knows what YouTube will do nowadays?
Oh,
right?
Hold on. I gotta say this real quick, Sir X-Man hit up that super chat, and I love this super chat. He says, "Forza, perfect 10 game of the year." Oh yeah, that's
more
right,
like.
bro.
It'll never be. It's a racing game. It's not allowed to be game of the year.
It's gonna be coming out in 2035. That's now that you guys say that.
So, you know what I'm excited about Forza and K Mega. Hear me on this because I want to know if you're what I'm excited about Forza is it's gonna be a game as a service. So I'm excited to see how they start it. And I'm excited to see their plan on dropping new cars and tracks and stuff like that. I wanna see kind of like how they evolve the game. You know, K Mega, you hear me on that, right? Because that's exciting right there to hear, like, because it's gonna grow over time. And if we get kind of like the structure on how they're doing that, I'm excited to see that, bro.
Yeah, no, I am too. I mean, me and Don was talking about that last night on Devin the Gamer. Where I was
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And then I was basically, you know, he has a different take on it, but I was looking at it maybe that they could try to do the same thing like what they do with Forza Horizon. You know, what they do with implementing different things like you know, like the you know, Cocaine Mountain, as I would say. Oh, I need to watch that because I forgot. Yeah, YouTube is on another level. So
that's a
Snow
classic.
Mountain.
I think we're deep into this, man.
I mean, we're already deep. That they're probably not even looking at it, or they looked at it already and they were probably like, yeah, he's demonetized.
Oh yeah, demonetized. No money for you, buddy.
Either way, just keep it
Either
flowing,
way.
man.
Either way, but yeah. So but no, looking at for you know what I'm saying, for Snow Mountain or the Storm, which is one of my favorites that was on Forza Horizon 2, was the Storm Island and stuff like that. So maybe they might do a rally race island or something like that. Like they can progress.
I think
like
that's gonna
that.
come with. I think that's gonna come in the core game,
Oh,
though, bro. I think that's gonna come in the core game.
Well, I hope it does come in the core game because I really have been waiting for see what Forza can do with Rally. But if not, then I would hope that'd be some of their steps of where they're going. You know, Don thinks that it would be more of a them just doing a whole different, just doing a rally game themselves and being separate, which that would be nuts. But I would think for if they want to have this Forza be kind of expansive, like like bigger than what it's ever been, and kind of being a different, like not a service racer, but just expanded more than it's ever been, then I would think that rally has got to be somewhere in there at some point in time, and I would hope that they would do that. I would love it.
You know what's crazy, K Mega? Like Forza, when they talked about the physics, if you can like imagine a car tire, the physics, like the computing, it was basically the flat surface of the tire and the ground, right? Basically one flat thing. What they're doing in Forza Motorsport, they have 6 contact surfaces per tire. So like when you hit a bump, like the inside, like if it's on the inside of the tire, the inside of the tire goes down more, giving you a different feel. Like when you hit that bump, like how cars get
Yeah.
shaky and stuff like that. That's what they're
Yeah.
talking about with the increase in fidelity of the physics. So they are really talking kind of like real life immersive kind of like driving. And dude, that sounds incredible to me, man.
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds just nuts. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for. I mean, that's my most anticipated game that they're going to show, with Redfall in the back of my mind. Like, okay, let's see what this, because I do want to play it. I have definitely plans to play it, and I'm sure that I'll enjoy it. But but Forza it's been long overdue. Motorsport's been overdue for me, so I'm ready to sink my teeth into that bad boy.
Yes, we got to get groups together for private races, man.
Yeah,
That was always the best way, like all the way back into like Forza Motorsport 5 on Xbox and stuff, man. When it came to motorsport, getting kind of like your close friends together in a private setting and still earning kind of like your experience and stuff like that, but racing each other and keeping it cool without that first turn Forza roulette that usually happens when you go online with randos. And yeah, I can't wait, man. Let's see, guys. On that note, let's move over to Sony real quick because.
Hey, whoa!
You forgot about Fred.
Damn, my bad, Fred. Yo, you're so quiet, man. My bad, brother. That's on me. That's on me, guys. Live shows, man. Shit does happen. Well, Fred, I know you're not into watching it live with me, but you're definitely going to tune into the developers direct, right, man? What are you excited to see? And of course, you got to share your thoughts on Starfield. If it is true that it's not going to, well, actually, it is true.
Okay, it is true.
Crispy,
It's true.
Yeah, he guided me to the Bethesda tweet. I saw it. It is official. Dude, what do you think about Starfield not being there?
Well, let me get to the other part of it first. Happy they're having a show. They did announce after the VGAs they were going to do something, and they followed through with that, and they announced that they were doing this show. There's been rumors about them having a show in January, maybe early February, pretty much right after the VGAs. Because I think Aaron Greenberg and someone else tweeted something out too, saying, "Don't worry, guys, we got something planned." Yeah,
we got something coming soon.
So I don't know what I mean. Once I see someone officially say something like that, that puts me at ease. So like it's just a matter of when they were going to announce it, and I don't know if it's like it makes me kind of question, like, was it something they planned before or something they threw together after the show? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, man, like someone's like, hey, man, we get a lot of backlash for not doing anything. So maybe we should announce something. Let's throw some shit together real quick. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, but like, it's kind of like, it always seems like as soon as we say, hey, man, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, yeah, we probably should do something. And that's basic. That's how it feels to me. Like, and especially with them, like, it's like when I have meetings sometimes with my team leads, like I'll be like, hey, we need to get together and do something like on Thursday. And they're like, and I'm like, I'm not speaking. Y'all need to speak because I don't know what the fuck you're doing. So I'm going to let you guys speak on behalf of me and let me know what the fuck you're doing because you have more continuity than what you guys are doing, then I'm gonna have, I'm not gonna bring together all these people in this big giant panel to talk about something you're doing. You're just gonna talk about it yourself. I'd rather you be the get it straight from the horse's mouth, basically, than have this show, have Phil come out and just speak on it. And so that's kind of what it feels like. They just do some shit together after the fact, and they're like, "Hey, can you guys speak on this date?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can. Throw something together real quick, and then we'll do some virtual shit, and we're not gonna have anybody there. You guys just talk about it."
And Todd Howard from Starfield was like, "We can't make it."
Yeah, right. Like, bro, we ain't ready, bro. We ain't ready.
Nah, it ain't that time, brother.
So but I'm glad they're at least acknowledging the fact that they needed to do something, whether that whole statement I just made was true or not. I'm glad they're acknowledging the fact that they needed to do something. And them not being at the VGAs or anything, I kind of was like, man, y'all could have had something, Phil.
We were both
sitting
saying
in
that, Fred. We were both.
Phil just sitting there picking his nose in the fucking stand. Wasn't cool. At least present something. Whether it was Redfall or I don't know, something. But fucking Minecraft. But the good thing about all this is there was 3 exclusive games they're talking about at the very fucking beginning of the year, the first month of the year. They got 3 exclusive games they're discussing, which is not something we usually get.
Dude, this is unprecedented, right? Like when it comes to
the
show.
We don't usually get that. We might get 3 games a year, and maybe, and out of those 3, we might only want to play one of them. So so that's a plus. And it isn't like in the past, some of these shows have just been based off of multi-plats or Game Pass games that are coming out, but these are straight up exclusive games to Microsoft. With the exception of Minecraft, I think that's going on. Is that going on Nintendo, and is that going on Sony as well?
That's going everywhere.
The good, like I said, the good thing is they're announcing something early in the year, and even though Starfield's not going to be there, I'm okay with that because I think everyone on the panel kind of said that needs its own space. That's a big ass game. I think that needs to be talked about. This show. Let's say the show's 30 minutes. You're not going to get enough Starfield information in there within that time frame. That show needs its own. That game needs its own show, and I'm okay with that. For the haters out there, there's no release date for Starfield. It just says this year. Okay, I don't think they actually announced any specific date, any specific time frame. They might have said something like 2023, maybe spring or something like that. Might be the closest we got to something. But that game, I think it's done. I've seen people talk about playing it. So I think it's ready, but I think they're gonna hold off and maybe obviously do something later and then come out with a release date. With Forza, I wouldn't be surprised if after this show they do a beta, like they typically have done in the past.
Don't do that to me. Don't you dare do that to me, Brad.
But they've done that in the past, right? They've done that. The beta's available at download right now. Not the not the beta. What do they call it? The demo. So I can see that happening. And I mean, I'm excited because I like Forza Motorsports more than I like Forza Horizon.
Yes.
I've always said that to you guys. I've always liked the close track.
We can actually get you into race games.
I'm 100% at Forza. What are you talking about? Motorsports. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, but we'll play together. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Unless you do, shout out to Sir X-Man. Unless you, with the super chat, but he says Forza on PC, day 1, baby, 120.
Oh yeah, that's a done deal. Yeah, that's a done deal. That is a done deal. That's already done.
They got cross-platform though.
Yeah, they do because I played on PC with you guys before or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. It'll be in Game Pass anyway, so it's all good. I think I even bought the expensive version last when Horizon came out, so I'll be there. But I'm still not sold on Redfall yet. I don't know what it is. I have not gotten into that game.
But dude, I don't know software is helping with the help with.
I don't give a fuck who's helping with it. It's just I'm just not I don't care who makes the game. It's about how I play the game. If I enjoy playing it, and right now I'm just not seeing enough of it to make me just got me in into that yet. I don't know if it's because of the vampire thing. I don't know what it is. I'll try.
Vampires are better than zombies, and just leave it there.
I'll give you that. Minecraft, who cares? I'm hoping they have like a surprise, but I won't be disappointed if they don't. Like I said, I'm happy they're having a show. And this is perfect timing because, like, honestly, I mean, like, there's really not a lot to discuss, between now and March. There's some other games coming out that I can't think of at the top of my head, but like, there's some stuff coming out. But I hate that we don't get a lot of news in the first half of the year usually, and now we are. So I'm excited about that, and it's in January. Like if this would have happened in December, we would have forgotten about it in fucking March. So it just gives Microsoft its own space to work within.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, because no one's doing anything around that time.
Yep.
And of course, and I think Crispy was saying something. Maybe it was Dark, and he was talking about Sony only having Spider-Man. And they do have. I mean, no, because they have Spider-Man. They got 3 games, right? But obviously, Spider-Man is going to be the big one. It probably comes at the end of the year. But their whole year is going to be filled up with our next topic, PSVR. So I think that's their focus on this whole coming up year. But I'd be very. It's almost like the tables have switched, because when Xbox only had 1 game a year, Halo, that 1 year, and that was the only exclusive they had. Like, we got so much shit thrown at us, right? Even though they had other stuff that came out in Game Pass exclusively and stuff like that to kind of keep it going, but like the main blockbuster game one of those years, I think, was Halo, right? And so that's Xbox has no games, and now the tables have turned, and Sony only has 1 game essentially that's going to be probably a blockbuster hit. And everything else is probably going to be garbage. I'm not saying Forspoken is going to suck. I'm just saying, like, we don't know what the fuck it is.
It doesn't look good from the
It doesn't look
reaction
good
of the demo.
from the yeah. It doesn't look good from where we're standing at right now. And don't be surprised if that gets delayed. Just saying. So
no, I don't think it's going to get delayed. I think it's because it's a couple of days. I mean, it's like a week and a half away.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it came out in like March.
No, it comes on the 24th.
Ooh.
Man. It's right around the corner, bro.
I'm not. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about those scores of that game.
I can't stand the name of that game. I really can't.
Well, I mean, like, and not trying to change topics here, but like last year, like, Sony had some games come out and they didn't do very well. So like, I think like they had Horizon, the Cat game, I think was pretty. I didn't play it, but I guess it was okay. And then like, God of War, like stuff like God of War was obviously the hit of the year, but like there's been a couple of years like some of their first party games have come out in the beginning of the year and they were just not good. They just, for whatever reason, people didn't like Ratchet and Clank. They played it and then we never heard about it again. Horizon Forbidden.
That's because the game was so short, bro. That's why.
Yeah, it's like they've come out with games like Returnal, stuff like that. Like, it's like, for whatever reason, they're putting games out, but like they just flutter out as soon as they get released. And so I can see Forspoken being that way. Obviously, what was the other one we talked about? Someone says, I forgot what it was.
Final Fantasy.
I think Crispy. Final Fantasy.
No,
obviously
Final Fantasy 16 is going to be fine. It's Forspoken's going to get shut out by freaking Hogwarts Legacy or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what
even like because
predicting another Horizon situation is what you just said.
Yeah, I was about to say, even when Horizon came out, like it got overshadowed by other games. So like
by Elden Ring. That's what it got overshadowed by.
And so I don't have a lot of, and again, Sony's not making this game. It's like, it's not under their studio, but like they basically are coming out with 2 games, and one will, I think Final Fantasy will eventually make it to Xbox. I think it will eventually make it there. It might be 4 or 5 years down the road, but it might eventually make it there. But I mean, if you're just you're just basing your year off of Spider-Man and Forspoken at the beginning of the year, I don't know. And then PSVR, I don't know how that's going to work out for them. And I know we're gonna go into that PSVR topic, so I'll kind of cut it off there. We can talk about that and roll in that now. So,
I can't wait till we start talking about that shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can go first.
I'm glad you're. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually, because that's next on the list. again, from what Fred was just saying, if you look at 2023 for PlayStation, it seems like a lot of their chips are in their PlayStation VR 2, which is coming out this year. $550. And they have games that will already be compatible. Again, I said it last week, and it's amazing. Sometimes you guys definitely listen to me, but when it came to Gran Turismo 7 and how shitty it looked when you weren't in cockpit view, the whole reason for that is they put all the graphics into the cockpit view.
Dude,
Because,
that one, best racing of the year. Okay, best racing game, sports game of the year. Okay,
what did it go up against though? Like,
went up against
well,
nothing.
Unbound. I think Unbound came out too late to even be considered.
Yeah.
I think it went up. I think it went up against your favorite game, NBA
Wasn't even
2K23.
Unbound wasn't even nominated. I don't think, was it?
No,
No,
but
because
I
that
was
was a
asking
shit
when
fucking
it
game
came
too.
to racing games, what was its competition?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
well, NBA 2K and FIFA and but like they gave it to
Yeah, whatever.
I guarantee
Isn't it whatever?
you,
Especially this NBA 2K is one of the best ones like in years.
and FIFA, yeah, people love yeah, like I mean, you know how
I don't know.
State
They didn't
Club
really
talked
like
about
FIFA this year.
They didn't
No.
like this FIFA this year. I thought they liked
No,
this FIFA.
a lot of my friends were like, "Nah, dude, that fucking game sucks." I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
they're copy and pasting now?
There's some shit going on. With
I mean, they've been copy and pasting
Well,
like
that's
Madden has for
well,
years.
okay, but see, this is what's going to be funny is because people are. We're going to see what FIFA's going to become now after because EA's not making FIFA. They're going to be making a soccer game, but they're not going to be making FIFA. So somebody else is going to be making FIFA.
Oh, that's
So.
interesting.
Because EA wasn't going to pay the.
They said that shit got too
wasn't going to pay the
expensive.
fee.
That shit got too
They're
expensive.
like, no, we ain't paying that. So.
Huh. Well, all right. So again, it seems like they're putting a lot of their chips in the PSVR 2. So I want to hear some predictions from you guys on how you think the launch is going to go, because it's interesting because when it does come out, it looks like the feature set that it has and all the different features that they're talking about with it, they all work properly and stuff. It seems to be the most technically advanced VR headset that will be out on the market. Again, the only thing is it needs to be attached to a $500 console as well, and that, I think that's the interesting twist in here. You know what? Let's go to dark. Let's go to dark. I like what Fred said. I think we should go to dark first here. So, predictions for PSVR 2. How do you think the launch is going to go? In comparison to how the original launched, do you think that there's a bigger community out there for this peripheral, man? Do you think it's going to be successful?
I never hope for anything to fail, but if I want something to fail, it would be this fucking thing.
Why, bro?
Because, man,
Wow.
I don't want fucking VR, dude. I don't give a shit about VR. Like, why are you gonna base your whole entire first half of 2023 off of VR? Like, no. Like,
Sounds
what are
like
you
you're
doing?
salty because they haven't said anything about games, but they're pushing VR. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, that's what it is. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? You should be. As a gamer, you should be. If you're not interested in VR, you should be fucking pissed, because it's like, why the fuck are you guys focusing on VR when you guys could be focusing on games that we want to actually play? Like I get that people are into VR and they love VR and shit, but not everybody's into that shit. So what's there for people like us that are into it? Nothing, right? I mean, except for Forspoken, but I played the demo of that game. It wasn't very good.
He said
so
pass. He said pass that shit.
What else do you have, right? Like, what else do you have?
Cartridge.
The only thing that we know of that's coming from PlayStation. Well, that's coming to PlayStation, not really coming from PlayStation, because there's nothing that's coming from PlayStation in this first half so far that we've seen. Is Final Fantasy 16, which I'm excited for. Absolutely, I can't wait for that
when does
game.
that come
But
out? There's a release date on that.
yeah, it comes out in June.
Okay, June.
I think
So
it's
you got a little time.
June.
So
I think it's June 6th or something like that. June 6th. I think that's when it comes out. But yeah, I mean, what else do we have? Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of, base our gaming preference off of third party stuff, but
you sound so
last year,
salty right now.
well,
Dark, you really do. Oh my goodness.
well, if we look at fucking last year's third party bullshit, it wasn't very good, right? I mean, like last year was very disappointing, to be honest. Like when it came to third party games, I mean, there was some good stuff. I mean, there was some good stuff. I'm not saying there wasn't any good things, but there wasn't like years past where it was freaking amazing. So I don't really have that much faith in the gaming industry right now when it comes to
Dude,
Xbox
games. Got your back, Dark. You dude.
Do they?
They
Because
do.
we don't know yet
They're
until
gonna
those games come
They're
out.
gonna be giving you dates and everything, man, on the 25th, bro. They got your back.
But
It's gonna be okay.
I mean, we really say that? I mean, we can say that for the same thing as for the third party, right? Because third party doesn't. I mean, third party may have my back, but may not, right? I mean, this is the same thing with Xbox. They may have my back, or they may not, because if those games come out, and I have no.
Dark.
What?
I have a
Go ahead.
feeling this is going to be the year of Xbox for you, because not only are we talking about the first party that we're talking about with the showcase, but games like Lies of P and stuff like that are coming out in Game
That's
Pass
third
as
party.
well.
So
yeah, you like third party, man. It's okay.
I like third party. Yes, I do like third.
I have a feeling with everything that's coming.
But why would I play Lies of P on the Shitbox X than play it on the?
Because you can play it through a subscription, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
You know me and subscriptions, man. Fuck that.
Spend zero.
I rather.
Right,
Crispy, you hear what I'm saying, man? It could be the year for Xbox when it comes to Dark Optimus. I'm just throwing it out there.
I remember a distinct
here's the thing.
time when
Here's
Dark
the thing,
loved
right?
Game Pass.
Don't go there, okay? Don't go there, okay?
He'll love it on GRG tomorrow.
That was. He's gonna go back on.
He'll go back on it tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
It's so true. You're probably right, K-Bag. Because you know what? Right now I'm just salty about fucking PlayStation showing off VR and shit. That's what it is, man. I'm just mad about the whole VR situation, man. It's just like, come on, man. I don't give a fuck about VR. I understand that there are people out there that care about it. I get it. People are like, oh, next technology with VR. I get that. I get it. But that's not me, right? Everybody is a selfish gamer. To be completely honest, right? Like, you want games that you want to fucking play. Period.
Yes.
Like, you don't want things that you don't give a shit about. So, if they're gonna focus this year on VR, then I'm out, right? Like, I'm out on like PlayStation as a whole if that's what their focus is. If they don't start focusing on, some of these other games that they've been announced. I mean, they do have games that they announced, and they don't come out with these games. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, Dark's
like,
about to become a Nintendo. That's what's going
I
on.
will. I'll become a Nintendo. And I don't give a shit. Give me games, man.
He's threatening. He's like, I'll sign with Nintendo. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'll go back to Xbox. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
That sounded like the last resort.
Xbox is definitely.
we don't watch your bitch ass. You go and get your fucking.
Fred, I'm gonna roll with what you said. I was gonna say, we welcome people back with open arms, but after he said all that bullshit, I'm gonna go with
right. Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You can't come home, damn it. You can't come back.
You stay over there.
But yeah, I mean, I just think about it this way, like, come on, man. Like show us something. Like give us something. Give me something to be hopeful about for the PlayStation 5. Like, I mean, we're in our third year, and like usually the third year is actually, you
when
know,
it starts rolling. When it starts
right.
rolling.
Third and fourth year are usually the times when it starts rolling, right? And first half of 2023 doesn't look. It looks good, but it doesn't look fantastic, right? I mean, what do we got? Forspoken and then VR. And that's it. And I'm just man. Come on, man. Give me something than just that.
I mean,
Let me clear my throat.
na 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 na. All right, so
Dog, I
we
got a contract for you over here at Xbox. Get ready to sign this contract.
oh
You
no,
filthy bastard.
You talking about me?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I ain't
talking
saying.
to
Yes,
you.
I don't.
He can't.
I,
He
I
came
didn't
through
even.
with the contract.
I didn't. Listen, I didn't sign the fucking
he
PlayStation
came-
contract. I'm not signing the
came through-
fucking Xbox
He
contract.
came
All
through,
right.
to see the ink screen
My-
that comes out the pen.
my-
That's
You
all.
you have a problem
must
with
sign in
commitment.
blood.
You
My
have a problem
my.
with commitment.
I don't have a problem with commitment. I just have a problem with bitch ass companies fucking coming out with bullshit that we don't fucking give a shit about. That the majority don't give a shit about. So that's what I have a problem with.
Okay. All right. Well. On that note, let's go over to let's go over K Mega on this one, yo. All right, Mega,
Yeah.
dude. PSVR 2. I know, eye herpes, all that good stuff, but the funny thing to me about this, like me personally, I just want to share this with you, man. Like, I look at kind of like the gaming community, the VR gaming community, and I really, from the time the original PSVR came out to now, I don't really think there's been a lot of growth there. Like maybe in the Quest with it's a standalone. It doesn't have to be plugged into anything. But other than that, like I really don't feel like the community has really built itself up or anything to really I don't know. Like to me it still seems like VR gaming is in the same spot as when the original PSVR came out. But dude, what do you think about PSVR 2, kind of like your predictions with it releasing this year?
Well, I mean, VR does have a play. It does have a. I think that it's more of a PC deal than it is for console. I know Sony is sold. I don't know what between 3 to 6 million.
Somebody said 5
units.
million in the chat. Like,
Okay, yeah, I knew it was somewhere between 3 to 6. I knew it wasn't that much higher, but so there's space, but people got to remember that thing didn't. The first one didn't sell at all. Very it moved
It was very minimal, right?
very minimal when it first moved, and that was when it was what 300-400.
Mhm.
So I mean, what do you think that this one is? And I understand it has all the bells and whistles. It's much more enhanced and things like that. I mean, but we're talking
it's gonna
about
be the most advanced like VR headset out.
right out there.
Yeah.
And that's why to me it's still crazy to think that this is not compatible with PC. Because
That is a great point.
because that to me is where you would make your money.
Yeah. Oh man.
And so I would think that because look, when you look at everything else, what's out there right now, the most expensive and the biggest and the best is around $1,000, right, or a little bit more. What PlayStation is offering you is around the same with the tech and everything, with all the bells and whistles, and it's actually at a value.
Yeah.
But they refuse to have where the biggest market is, which is the PC player. So I mean,
You know
I
why?
think it
You know,
would've probably
you know why I came back? Because
Well,
they would piss
oh,
off
yeah.
Nvidia, and Nvidia is talking shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
no, I'm just
gosh.
playing.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, no,
I'm stringing
mean,
it together, man. That's
It
fun.
is crazy. I mean, eventually, Sony is going to. This is just part, I think, of where they're trying to do it. Because, okay, so this is what Sony is trying to do. Because I'm finna, like I said, I'm finna get back. I'm finna get my TVs finally. I'm finna get my PC up. But, and so my wife wants to get a new Sony television because she loves Sony TV. I'm finna get back.
I do
Samsung.
too, actually.
Yeah, no, I my Sony that I first bought, that was the very first Bravia that what I got was my first 4K gaming console. I mean TV. It's in there in the bedroom, and it's still going fantastic. It's a great television. But I think what Sony is wanting to try to do, and I think that they're maybe trying to do this in the game space, is where they're having where they want to go all premium, and which that means that they're going to start selling things at a high price. Now, with their TVs is successful, the way that they're trying to do things there with their televisions, it's working for them. I just don't think that the way that they're thinking with the gaming space is going to work, because what you got to do with that is that it's going to take more time for these games to come out, and of course things are going to be much more expensive. And then of course when you go into the VR situation, I don't know, man. Gamers is it's just different. Console gamers, PC gamers are totally different. But when it comes to money,
I think VR gamers are absolutely different as well. I think they definitely made their own. They have their own personality.
Right, and they're willing to pay for it, just like a piece like a PC gamer that is willing to pay $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for a graphics card. But they are so far in between compared to the majority of the PC gamers out there, saying that when it comes to gamers want value, and that right there. So it will catch on once that price get reasonable for people. We don't know what that price will be. Will it be 300? Will it be 400? Will it be less? We'll find out. But the thing with me is going to be the pricing of the games. Will Sony, because Sony is on this kick of premium, and I know that the VR2 is the PSVR2 is going to be a better unit. Are these games going to be more expensive? And most likely they probably will be. And then
most of the games I saw on the PlayStation Store so far have been at least $30 to $50.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that around the same price that they were beforehand?
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure.
These are PSVR2 games, or you just?
No, these are PSVR2 games. Yeah.
Okay. So if they keep the price, the same as they were for the first.
Oh, my bad. Actually, 30 to 60, because Horizon Call of the Mountain is $60.
70. I'm surprised.
No,
I'm surprised
I think. Well, that is true. So they are adding the extra $10 to those games.
So they are, yeah.
I knew they were gonna do that.
Yeah. So it's one of those things to me where it's like, they will have an audience, but that audience will not be big for maybe the first year or so. But and I think what they're hoping is that if we have a big push for VR here in 2023, people will see how great the technology is, and then we'll most likely get an investment, to where will be more people that will get into our games. We'll see. I mean, VR is just a weird market. I just don't know how to.
I feel like the market hasn't grown as much as you would think.
It's grown, but it's not. It didn't take off like I think a lot of investors was thinking that it would. Like, I mean, I think that it's, like I said, the biggest place where VR resides is on PC. So, and I think once Sony releases it on PC, I think that's when you'll see a lot of where their
did they say they have
any
plans to do that, or
no, they didn't say at the time, but it has to happen, because I mean, since they're putting all their other games, they're putting all their other games on PC. Why not put their VR headset to the VR headset, and then also the VR games on PC?
That would do
really good
on that side. On that side, oh my goodness, that shit would be crazy.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it is. I mean, I seen what Viper was saying like it. VR will probably end up like the 3D TV. The one thing, the difference between the 3D TV and this, it seems like because at one point in time, you kind of knew that 3D TVs was kind of going away because other TV makers were going away from it.
Yeah, they were.
But you started. Yeah, but I think really that the gaming
3D TVs,
market is really trying to push it, and think that there is something there. So I think that we're going to be having VR for quite a while, maybe at least for another 10 years. And then I think after that, then we'll see if it's profitable enough for them to.
All right, I got you, bro. let's see. Let's get our brother Crispy in here. Crispy. Yo, we're talking about PlayStation VR 2. I know you're excited to talk about this, man. Is probably the topic of the night for you. But with that being
It's his
said,
favorite thing.
what are some predictions for the launch of it this year coming from Crispy Bomb?
Predictions?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dark is going to be coming over to the green side at some point because he's just going to be like, "Yo, I've had enough.
That is only if they focus on fucking VR.
Check
That's
this
the
out.
only thing.
What do you think they're doing right now?
Speaking of that, I got a shout out to Verge Bizzle in the chat with the super chat. Thank you so much. And the reason why it says Dark Optimus, I got a Xbox contract for you. It has started. Dark.
Is it?
Started. Yes.
I don't sign contracts for gaming because
just sign on the dotted line, man.
Nope.
The
Nope.
ink is green. But yo, go
Nope.
ahead, Chris.
Sign a contract so you can have a job.
I had to throw it. I had to throw it in there, man. Go ahead,
Dark will be fine. He's got Spider-Man 2. He'll be all right. And
Exactly.
He'll play that until no end.
Dude,
and then
in the DMs, I am Venom.
I'll play that. I'll play that maybe like 7 or 8 times, like I did the first one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
That is bad.
I've played it that many times now.
But can we just give Mr. Phil Spencer a little credit, and he realized that it might have been a little too early for this. Just saying, there's only approximately 5 million the first one. What says that they're going to sell over 1 million this year? Yeah, I could see 1 million, and then after that, it's just going to die. It's too expensive. I mean, especially if you don't have especially if you play PlayStation for the VR, and there are people that do that. Well, you're going to have to spend over $1,000 if you don't have a PS5 already. I don't know. Now, I have seen people say that, there is a workaround that they'll probably figure out to use it on PC. But why not just market it and allow it to be on PC? It's just illogical to me. And it's one of those things like, yes, it has all of this technology, but you still have a wire tethered. And there's a lot of people that are used to the Quest at this point, and they don't want the wire. And I'll tell you right now, I've said it many times. I don't care if it's got a rip cord or whatever the hell you want to call it. If that kid had a PSVR 2 upstairs, that PlayStation 5 would be across the room and in pieces. I'm just telling you, because the way he stomps around and does all kinds of wild movements up there that feels like my house is coming down. Okay. I'm just saying, because this is the audience. Like, he plays more VR than anybody I know. You know what I'm saying? And if that's, the younger audience is getting involved, that wire might become a problem at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that, like, you're going to hear at some point somebody's going to break their PlayStation 5 because of that damn thing. Because it's not like the PS4. It is a much different machine, especially in its design. Okay, and it has a lot of things that you would say are flimsy. I mean, can everybody kind of say not exactly the brick that I have sitting in front of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those weird things.
There are questions with the PS5. There are questions.
So we look at that and you just say, could they have charged a little bit more? Was it price? Is that the reason why they needed the wire? I mean, I don't know, but you kind of already have priced yourself in a different aspect by making it come with the PS5. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I would have more or less said, add another $200, make it usable on PC as well. And then, you'd probably get just as many sales, if not more, the way I look at it.
Dude, I'm in agreement. Oh, just like what K Mega said, in terms of the whole PC thing, I think that just makes absolute sense, and it's kind of weird that it's not happening like that. But let's get Predator in here. Pred, bro,
Oh, you didn't forget about me this time. Yay.
No. Now it's gonna take a couple episodes, and then I'll do it. So a few weeks, man. But dude, predictions PSVR 2. What do you got for us, man?
I look back at the history of the original PSVR, and it just seemed like to me that the support of it fell off after a while, and I predict that's going to happen here too. I think initially, the people who are into it, they have a PS5, they can actually use it, and are willing to spend that money on it, will be all about it. It seems like they have a pretty decent lineup of a few games coming out, but unless third party does more than just experiences within games, and it's not just Sony doing things on their own games, because again, what do they have coming out this year? Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, I'm sure isn't going to do fucking a VR segment for their game, and then they got Forspoken, which I don't think to have a VR thing. So maybe we get Horizon, Forbidden West. We get, or is it Forbidden West? Like Frozen, whatever.
Call
Tundra.
of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain. So you're gonna have that coming out. You might get a Spider-Man piece added to that. You got Gran Turismo piece coming out. Which, I mean, now I'm thinking about it, is that an extra cost?
I think Gran Turismo is pretty much just the game in VR.
No, that's free. They said that was free. That was
free.
Was the big announcement. Yeah,
okay.
They said it was a free.
So, with the exception of, again, you already have to own that game. So, with the exception of, the experiences that are included in game, what standalone games are they going to put on PSVR going forward? And I think that's what the bigger issue was back then. Like, you had to buy this game to experience the VR aspect of it. Whether it was Resident Evil or pick a game. There are a few out there. Don't get me wrong. There were a lot of third-party standalone games, but Sony, I think, especially at the end, did not really support PSVR. And I mean, I can't think of the last game that they. I think they went out to a third-party company and did something, and someone in chat will correct me. I think it was a shooter. But with the exception of maybe one or two other games that they, kind of reached out to a couple of studios. I know they got studios working on this stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but it just seemed like the support fell off in the last half of the PSVR cycle for it. And
dude,
go ahead.
Like just looking back on this channel, on this show, you have talked about it like time and time again as it was happening as well. You're like, well, where are they in support of the first headset? Because
and that's I just can't fool me once,
yeah,
but like I've seen what you've done with this, so now show me more support for it, and then maybe I would feel more comfortable purchasing this $500 headset. But if you're telling me I'm going to drop $500 and I'm only going to get the Horizon and Gran Turismo and God knows what else, and maybe they'll have an event and explain that later on this year. But like, I just personally, I could not drop that kind of money on what I could just be spending on a console, and experiencing a plethora of games versus just a headset. And I still got to own the console and the games, so like, you're asking just the price wise, like if they'd have dropped this down to like, what is it? Is it $5.99, $4.99? I think
it's $4.99.
$4.99.
It's $5.50 with it's $5.50 with the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle.
Okay, so and again, and this is what they do. Are you gonna find just the fucking standalone headset anywhere? How many are they gonna produce? They're gonna sell that bundle. That'll be out there, but you're not gonna. It's like buying the bundle. Yeah, it's like buying the PS5 with the disc and without the disc. You can't find the disc anywhere. Like it's
the unicorn, dark has the unicorn.
I mean, actually, that PSVR 2 is actually $550 by itself, and then with the bundle with Call of the Mountain, That's actually $600.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
Is it?
Oh man.
And you gotta have a PlayStation 5. And it's not like and I know there's some I think someone mentioned like some of the older PlayStation VR titles are compatible. I think I heard that. Did someone say that
A
earlier?
few
No,
are.
they're not. They're not.
compatible.
No,
They're
none
not
of them
because
They're
are.
not.
because
They're remaking
they're
them.
remaking Moss, the first one,
Oh, so
for
you get one
PSVR
game?
2.
So one game's coming over. All the shit that I just spent money on last generation
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
fuck, man, fuck them.
it's not
Yeah.
back.
No,
No.
yeah. RG Viper's actually right, dude. It's fucking $600 just to get the bundle.
Okay.
And
yeah,
That's
this
also
is-
ridiculous.
The game,
That's
the game
fucking
that you were
stupid.
asking about, the game that you were asking about was called Farpoint. That's what was
Farpoint.
supposed to be the game.
yeah. So fuck
So if
them.
you- yeah.
So
if
one
you
game?
want- so if you wanted Horizon, it's $60
Yeah.
on top of that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, it's a good
so
shit. We got a fact checker in here right now.
I'm gonna preface what I just said. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Like that's $600. All the shit that I had on my original PlayStation VR is not compatible right now on the PSVR 2.
Well,
And you're
right
asking me
now,
to-
that means forever because
Yeah.
I mean, they just
It's just not backwards
Yeah,
Well, I heard there's a
No,
few
no.
devs.
No,
that
no,
are
no,
going
no, no,
to-
no, 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 no. Hold on a second. Because there was an issue making PlayStation 4 titles compatible to PlayStation 5. What the fuck makes us think PlayStation VR titles from PlayStation 4
Right.
are going to be compatible in PlayStation 5?
Right.
No.
Because they now believe in generations.
No.
Not
Oh,
anymore, Viper.
So,
Yep.
so fuck them. I'm not buying this shit. Even if I had the fucking money and I was interested, I wouldn't buy it. It's just like, to me, it's like it's a dead end to me. Yeah, there might be a couple of titles in the very beginning, but given their track history, they're gonna do their support in the fucking first half of it, and they're gonna rely on third party to support that and spend their own money to support PlayStation VR 2 on the second half of this shit. And I don't see that happening because it didn't happen in the first time it went through. There were a couple of titles, and like K Mega said, the shit should have been on PC too. That's where their money's going to be made.
It makes sense.
That's where their money's going to be made because, like, I mean, like everyone, most gamers, hardcore gamers that use VR already have a system to play that shit on. They have a fucking PC. And there's more PC gamers out there probably than there are PlayStation 5 gamers. So, like, why would you not put that? Why would you not put your headset and make it compatible with that? And I'll tell you why. Because they can't profit off of that the way they want to. They're not gonna make that shit compatible to PS5 to PC without trying to get some kind of bread off of it too. So they're gonna do their shit in the beginning half, and don't get me wrong, they might do it later when they see that, oh shit, this isn't working. Let's make this shit compatible with PC, and like even like it's not even cross compatible with other headsets. So like you can't use an Oculus or whatever the fuck is out now on PlayStation 5, and so they're not going to talk to each other. I just this is like the dumbest thing ever for Sony, and for them to bank their whole year. And don't get me wrong, there's motherfuckers out there that will buy this shit day one. Love it.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Oh yeah, for the first 3 or 4 months, they'll be all, oh, PlayStation VR 2 is amazing, ah! And then like they're gonna be like, where the
You're
fuck are the
missing out.
games?
Am I?
No, you're not. Because like not at all. I didn't miss out last time it happened. Fear of missing out my ass. From one of these nuts.
You know, it's funny, and I can't give you like the name of a development studio or anything like that, but when it comes to games coming out on PlayStation, like I wouldn't bank on just Spider-Man. I think they gotta have something up there.
No, they're going to have 2 Final Fantasy games come out this year. They're going to have 16. Well, actually, pretty much 3
I
because
don't
they're going to have
understand the hype
Forspoken.
of 16 though, with how bad 15
Are you
was.
serious? No, dude.
15
No, dude.
was not
16.
bad.
16's gonna be
better,
good.
though.
16's gonna be
Was not
good.
bad. 15 was not a bad.
No, 15 was not bad. It just had its problems with it
Yeah.
looking
So it's a
too
remake.
futuristic. But
So it's a remake.
No. It's not a remake. 16 is its own game.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
every
the
Final Fantasy. Well,
and then
you can't say that
you
anymore.
okay? So
Because I
you have
mean,
for
they were saying was not bad. That makes it seem like it was already out before. I don't play Final
yeah,
Fantasy.
no. For Spoken's coming.
No,
That's
we're
gonna
talking
be
about 15 wasn't bad. 15
yeah,
wasn't a bad game. It was
yeah,
just had
yeah.
its problems.
But anyway, Forspoken comes out, and then you got Final Fantasy 16, and then you're gonna have the Final Fantasy remake, the second part of
Rebirth
that, Rebirth.
of
That comes out at the end
it's
of the
Final
year.
Fantasy 7 Rebirth, yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not actually coming out until 2024. So
Oh, did they change the date? Because that was supposed to come out at the end of the
apparently
holiday. Oh,
that's the
Yeah, I
going
mean,
consensus is that it's coming out in 2024.
I mean, if they're
So
coming out with 16, why would they come out with the remake the same year as well? Like,
yeah,
because
that just wouldn't make sense. But
well, because they're different. They're different universes. You know what I mean? Like, just like Forspoken is in a different. That's kind of like the start of something that they're trying to do, and then you got 16 that's following that. Because it's really hard to kind of follow Final Fantasy because it may say 15, may say 16, but they're always a kind of a different universe.
yeah,
They
they're all
normally
different
don't
stories. I
conti-
mean,
they're
some
not-
of the
yeah, they're not
stories have had
continuous.
sequels
Exactly.
to them, but yeah, when
Yes.
they move up a different number, it's a completely different story every time.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I know how we got on this topic of Final Fantasy, but like with the whole VR thing, like if that's, and I say they're banking their year on that, like that's all we've heard about so far.
So
and
far,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is cool and all. I'm not a fan of it, um, but it just seems like their focus right now, this whole like what they announced in their last little thing they did was all VR shit. So it's like
Well,
that's what.
plus you don't know what they've done. Like we know their history in terms of like signing different contracts with developers and keeping games off of Game Pass and stuff like that. You
Mhm.
don't know those
What
kind
deals
of
they've
things
made.
that they've done, like the more
Oh,
kind of
that
like shady part of it
the
all. You know what I'm
TNA
saying?
the TNA game is coming out too. That they pulled the marketing from.
TNA.
What's
which
that?
one?
The game with the chick, the thick chick.
Oh, Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know when that's coming
TNA.
out.
Yo,
That's the
TNA.
problem. Is that
That's-
we don't know when that's
that's
coming
like-
out.
Hey, Mega,
Yeah,
nobody had a problem with that because when it was first shown, it was shown as
Yeah.
a multi-plat, and
Yeah,
they
it was
went and
multi-plat.
they locked that shit down, and nobody had
Yeah.
a problem with it. Now that's good. It's no problem.
But here's the thing: we don't know when that game's coming out, right? So it's like, okay, well, when are these games coming out?
I think
They haven't done
Is
it.
going to come out this year. I think that's.
I hope so, but I mean, they haven't announced it yet. So where the fuck are the announcements at?
That game is not going to be what some people are anticipating.
like,
Here's my fear. Here's my fear with
I like
Sony this
Salty
year.
Dark. I like Salty Dark.
Here's my fear with Sony this year. They see everything Microsoft comes out with this year, and they start rushing shit to get something out to compete with what Microsoft is doing, and they start doing what Microsoft was doing before and putting games out that weren't ready. They have a really good track record of delaying games, but when those games come out, they're minimal, with the exception of maybe Returnal and maybe a few others recently. But like I'll start
They
thinking
put
about
out a
Gran Turismo
complete
too.
game. They put out a complete.
Yeah, they usually put out a complete game, at least in the past. The last couple of
Usually.
iterations have been kind of shit, but like they typically will delay it and they put it out when it's ready. And I think that I don't know if Sony's going to be put in this position, but I can see it happening. Oh shit, this is coming out. We need to, put this out. We need to put this demo out. We need to put this game out. We need to do this. We need to do that to kind of counterbalance what Microsoft is doing, because you know how Sony is. Anytime Microsoft has some good news coming out, they're like, "Oh, look at this trailer." Oh, look at this
You know
shiny
what?
toy over
Honestly,
here.
I wouldn't put it past Sony to come out the next day or the day after and be like, "Oh yeah, this is when this game's coming out." After
God of War
the
DLC,
yeah the freaking Microsoft conference that they're gonna have, I almost guarantee that Sony's gonna come out with something.
Yeah, and I can see them saying, "Okay, look," and this is what I talked about almost a year or so ago when I said that Sony can't keep up with the production Microsoft's going to eventually have, because like Microsoft is basically will be poised to come out with the AAA game almost every month to some degree. And if they can't come out with it that month, they got something to fill it in with fucking Game Pass.
I think their
So
aim is one every quarter.
one every quarter, but then you also have Game Pass, which will bring AAA games in too. So
Yeah.
like they can come out with enough shit throughout the year to keep people entertained with Xbox, whether it's Game Pass or it's a AAA or it's just, exclusive 6 months exclusivity or something, or a year, whatever it is. And so I can see them, the pressure will be put on Sony to produce something for their fans, and they may start rushing things out to do that. And I can see that happening at some point in time. And the quality, if it talks about fucking Game Pass quality, the quality of the games they put out, they're rushing out, may not be what everyone was expecting before. And so, with the PSVR stuff, I mean, I don't know how they're going to fill that void in with the games. I mean, we only got Spider-Man from the first party from them so far. This year.
It is going to be a Spider-Man with Venom. They are going to have Venom, so that's.
I expect
huge.
that game to sell
And
very
Miles
well.
Morales, that game's going to be.
That game's going to sell.
Yeah, it's going to sell well. I'm going to be
Um,
definitely playing it. It's just, what else do they have, right?
Yeah, and it's like, what are we going to do the rest of the year? So, what exclusive deals do they have to kind of keep people there? And then you start hearing these reports, these fucking PlayStations being laid the wrong way, they're going to blow up and melt shit, and it's so we haven't talked about that actually. Now I think about it, but shit like that is going to kind of hinder their year, and it's we got shit about Xbox not having any games, but they continued to stay relevant without having games for the last couple of years. And can Sony sustain that?
And growing.
Well, Sony think maybe Sony actually really thinks that Spider-Man is all they need, and that this gives them the best opportunity to showcase PSVR.
Yeah,
Spider-Man is probably going to be the biggest title. It might not win Game of the Year, but it will be the biggest title, biggest selling title next to Zelda.
For them.
Yeah.
Because Starfield, I think, is going to outsell that.
But the problem with that game, Mega, is that they're going to be banking on third party, right? At that point, which is a big problem though, dude, because no first party games for the first half, and then no first party games, almost only one first party game this whole entire year. Are you kidding?
Hold on, let me stop you there. Who do they do third party with? Who are they going to do third party with? Because everybody's been bought by Microsoft.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Right, exactly. What are they banking on then at that point? If third party's all Xbox.
Well, their Call of Duty stuff is still intact. I mean, trust it's not going
till July.
Yeah, but you're banking on fucking shit, right? You're just banking on shit. That's all you're doing. That's what they're doing right now. They're just gonna bank on shit.
You know what they tell you, Dark?
And
They said, "Hey, man, shit happens."
Deal
You know
with
what
it.
I'm saying?
That's what they're gonna just tell me. They're just gonna spit in my face.
Yeah, next year, 2024 is gonna be really interesting for them.
The worst case scenario, they're gonna come out and be like, "Guys, we're gonna have a sparse year."
I mean, I hope I'm wrong. And I hope we're all wrong, and I hope that we do get
They got their tracks covered somehow. They
Wait, what other first party game has Sony announced besides Spider-Man 2?
They haven't. They have. I mean, they announced Wolverine, but that's not coming out until probably 2025.
Yeah, 2025.
And that's I mean, they have games in the works called from Deviation Games or whatever, and then they have
got those games in the service
2024.
They have what's her name, Jade's game.
Raymond.
Jay Raymond, right? But we don't even know what that game is. We have no idea. So it's like we have no fucking clue what's coming from their first party lineup. I mean, yeah, I know.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now for Sony. So they say that they have about 10 live service games that they should be releasing before 2025.
Yes.
I don't want that shit.
Well,
I don't want
hey,
that
well,
shit.
that is where it's
Dude,
going.
you don't even know
Oh,
what
that's
they
you
are
though. You
yet.
can't say that.
Dark is a selfish gamer.
Exactly. I'm a fucking
Dark,
selfish gamer. I
how
don't want
can you
that
say you
shit.
don't want them when you don't know what they are? I'm just saying.
That's no. You're right. You're right.
Well,
You're
we
right
do
about
know
that.
factions is
But
one of them. Factions is one.
yeah, but I don't give a fuck about factions. Like,
Okay,
like
well, that's
that's the
one
thing.
down.
Like,
That's
That
one
shit should have
down.
been out 3 years ago.
That's
No.
one
Hey,
strike.
I
Destiny.
mean,
Destiny's one.
Bungie is working on something. Bungie is working on something brand
No,
new.
no, Bungie.
yeah, but
What
that's probably
Bungie
third
is
party.
doing,
So who
they are
gives a shit?
working on the games as a service aspect of the games that are coming out. That's what they're doing. Like they're not doing anything specifically just for PlayStation. They have it in their contract that they are multi-plat. That's it. Like
For now.
they're just doing the games as a service aspect to the games that are coming out. That's what they're
Yeah.
working on.
For now. That's going to change. Trust.
No.
I agree with K Mega.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree
gonna
with K
change.
Mega on that one.
Don't you say that about Bungie. Don't you do it.
They
Yeah,
didn't spend that $2 billion.
yeah.
They didn't spend that $2 billion for.
They didn't.
Yeah, no.
They definitely didn't. I mean,
that's
It's
yeah.
not true yet. So I'm just saying.
it's not. But I mean, it's probably
It's
gonna
not
happen.
it's not true yet.
Destiny 3 PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, you whore.
Well, it's the same thing with the ABK deal, right? It's not true.
Right.
It hasn't happened yet. So
Yeah. That's
You
why I
spent
tell
70
people wait for the deal to be done. Okay? That's why I try to tell them.
do you? But I feel like you don't. I feel like you just. I see you sitting on
I
Twitter,
do.
fucking
I do.
trolling and shit. I
Me?
see you.
What?
You like me? Never.
Trolling where?
Never.
Where would I troll?
When?
Where? I don't understand. But yo, has everybody been able to talk about PSVR?
Yes.
I think we got through everybody.
Viper didn't.
Well, Viper came in
Yeah,
and he
fuck
became
that guy, dude.
the fact check
Just
guy.
kidding.
I
Like,
really don't give a shit about VR.
and there you have it.
I was just
He's
trying to
in
be
my
nice.
he's
I
in
was
my
trying to be
same boat.
decent. Yeah,
You know.
okay.
Look at that, guys. But on that note,
I mean,
yo,
I don't care about VR, but I you know.
I herpes. Sir.
I herpes.
On that note, yo, I want to give a huge shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Yes, we are the next podcast. We are here every Thursday, 8 p.m.
Prime time.
Of course, it's prime time, man. But at this point in time, you know, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with Optimus. Optimus, bro, you came in and you showed your salt, man. You showed your salt. You let everybody know, and
Heated.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. You came in and you wrecked it, bro. What do you got? What do you got for an outro tonight, man?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Darkonomus. You can also find Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And as always, Bot, it has been a blast. Oh, and you can find me as the only white member of GRT.
The only white member of GRT.
You know damn well you are not white.
And that's the argument. You know damn well you're not white.
You know you damn well you ain't white.
And when
Damn it.
Mitchie comes on, she's white, so it's okay.
Yeah, but that's not. You know, I'm like official panel member.
He said that's not all the time, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, that doesn't count.
First of all, I'm whiter than you are.
Wow.
And I'm Jamaican, damn it.
Wow.
I'm pasty white. There you go.
I don't know how to take
People
all
are
this.
fighting over their Caucasianness.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Going
true.
on.
Yeah,
This is the 2023 that we need, man.
I never
We need
thought
people fighting over their Caucasianness. We need people fighting over the
Ricky,
everything.
We should just sit back, relax, and enjoy it, man. Because I never thought this day would happen.
What is
Dude,
going
it's
on?
I can't make it. What is happening right now?
What the hell did I come
what's
into?
happening? We are moving on to Crispy Bomb right now. Crispy, good to have you back, brother.
Yes, sir.
It is always fun, and I always know you always have an opinion. Why don't you let people know where you are going to be so they can go talk games with you, bro?
Oh, it is great to be back with these gentlemen, these fine ball busting gentlemen. Much appreciated. To the chat, and it's at Crispy Bomb on Twitter, Crispy Bomb 28 Xbox Live. You can find me on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Retro Renegades, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Primetime Gaming, and of course back here on the next podcast, 8 p.m. Thursday, Primetime. We'll see you then.
Beautiful, man, absolutely beautiful. Next on the list, let's go to the man making his triumphant return to the gaming public. Of course, it is K Mega. He is back from his sabbatical, eating those hallucinogens in the middle of the desert, trying to find his center. And I think he did.
Actually, I think he got bit by a lizard. So,
yes.
right on his in his pubis area.
Pubis.
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 I gotta look that up to see if that's a word. Yeah.
Well,
I gotta look it up. I gotta find it.
I just found mine. Oh.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say if that's the case, he choked out because
found it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So just add that to the meat rocket because that
is a word I did not expect to hear.
Baby, I can explain. You know what I'm saying? So we thought it was one of them Alabama, Oklahoma snakes, but he got it. Anyway, so
oh shit,
good to be back, man. You know what I'm saying? Just feel good. Thanks for all the well wishes from everybody, man. That knew that was what I was going through and all that stuff, man. Good stuff. Like I said, I'm feeling good, feeling great. Pretty soon, it's crazy because I've also been on this crazy diet ever since July, and pretty soon it's gonna be Slim Mega, man, because it's dropping off, man. So
Mega, you've been saying that for like 25 years, man.
Wow.
People are really noticing. So it's like
He called you a fatty.
I think really he's a chub chaser. I think that's what he is.
Oh,
So that's why I'm trying to get thin. Anyway,
he's like, I'm trying to run away from it. Trying to run away from it.
C's.
Oh yeah. So anyway, man, but thank you guys. Deck tomorrow, the return of GRG. You know, that Friday night late night hype. It has returned. So can't wait for these guys to come through and we just have fun, talk some shit. Also, Fight Night Sunday, the return of that. I cannot wait. Devin the Gamer, we did it last night, but I'll post it again here Friday morning for you guys to check it out. So really had really good discussions. It was good to talk to my boy Don again. And then of course, back here. So I'm back, ready to do it, getting full throttled with it. And man, just can't be happy enough to be back.
Nice, brother. And of course, gotta get Predator in here, man. Pred, what do you got tonight for your outro,
man? Nothing.
Nothing.
See y'all next week, man.
He says, "Fuck all y'all, nothing. I'm out."
Go Cowboys.
Pray
for us. Pray for us.
You should say, boy.
He said,
"Pray for us."
Yeah. Especially
I ain't praying for shit. I'm praying for them to lose,
dude. Especially after your last two games, man.
Ooh.
Fucking like, yo.
Hey, we won one of those. Thank you very much.
That typical Dallas is kind of like looking like it's about to happen. But
it's spooky, man. Hey, it's looking spooky right now.
All I care is that as long as those Niners don't win the Super Bowl, that's all I care about.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Man, fuck the 49ers.
Yes.
Nice. And
Right,
last
this.
but certainly not least, Viper, would you like to say anything to the chat on our way out?
Not much. I'm just your typical dingleberry floater that comes in
Oh shit!
once in a while. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Dingleberry. I'm gonna call you the fact checker, bro, because you came. I love how you came in and you're like, well, no, it's actually
After that Dingleberry comment, I'm gonna call him shitball.
Shitball. Hanging
Shitball
by a
is
string.
still whiter than you.
Oh, here we go. Caucasianness again. We got the dog. Yo,
Is it white on white crime now?
I'm confused, Crispy. I don't even know if it's white on white crime. This is weird.
kind of dizzy.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of stuff right now. I just don't even know what's going on.
Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will be here every Thursday, 8 p.m. And of course, Crispy, that is
Prime time, baby.
Yes, sir. We will see you next week on the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody. Is that jazz flute?
Yes.
Jazz
We're
flute.
going down the elevator.
Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule